And we're live. Username, how's it going, man? How you doing? Feel I feel good, don't you? Alright. Okay. Okay. Since we've got like 10 minutes till we officially begin, we're just gonna be chatting. I'm responding to some chats and stuff. Nagato, you are not first. No. But I'm just Walter, how's it going, man? How you doing? I'm just gonna be finishing editing the video that I have to post for tomorrow. I just it's all done. I just have to add all my transitions and shit and get it uploaded. And DSV, how's it going? And then I also have to do Justin, how's it going? And then do my thumbnails, which is gonna take a while. How's everyone doing this fine morning and or afternoon or whatever the fuck it is for you guys? I feel good. What is this pimp drip? What do you mean pimp drip? What the fuck? Romero, how's it going, man? How you doing? What are you guys thinking? What are the chances of a new trailer dropping in like 10 minutes? What do you guys put the odds at? I'm gonna say 40% was grinding all day. What were you grinding? Sure shit wasn't studying, was it? Sorry, that was probably mean. 76.73%. You want to see my bingo card? I did see the bingo card, Nagato. Brown does 2. 10 minutes left. I know, I'm so excited. Let's go. All right, seems like most of you think it's something's coming. I mean the complete version. Oh yeah, just send it on the Discord. We'll check it out. We only have one thing to go back over. Claims pattern recognition. Yeah, I guess at the end of the day, none of us fucking know. We're just guessing, right? Alright, the plan, it sent it. Alright, thank you. We'll check it out in 1 second, okay? Just you wait. We are, okay. Ideally, if I can, the plan is to get this video uploaded tonight before end of stream for members, and then for everyone else it'll be available tomorrow morning like 10 o'clock. We'll see. That's the ideal plan. If not, we'll switch it back a day, but I would prefer not to if I can. But you know, I haven't made a video in a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's been a minute. Did you record that vid? Yes, that's the one I'm editing right now. Yeah. Between when you and I talked, I've basically been working on this nonstop. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if this is the one I don't know if this is the right way of editing because this is the first time I'm actually using like my face and like B-roll that much. I don't have like a lot of experience on it. That's not what I specialize in. I've spent years, you know, making videos without my face in it, so I don't know how to fucking do that very well. Full fucking disclosure. Hello from the lurker. Back to the Avnet. I don't think I've seen you here before. Thanks for popping by, man. I appreciate you being here. No worries. Okay, we're gonna get started reading in like 7 minutes, assuming there's no trailer. If there's a trailer, we're gonna get started reading in like fucking 45 minutes. Who the fuck even knows? Anything new happened for anyone today? What's the haps? Sorry, I'm fucking old. I use so many fucking photos in this edited because I forgot I could just use because you should give me mod so I can send the link here if it happens. You can't send links, username? I did not know that. That's cool. You can look at the bingo card till PB. Yes, let me pull that up. Give me a second. God, I'm trying to do so much all at once here. This is going great. I shouldn't be able to. Only mods can send links? Oh, thanks, Romero. Okay, give me a second. I will read this, I promise. I have no idea if I'm actually saying this right. And there's actually some Frenchmen in here, so I actually have to be careful because I'm probably just saying dog shit. Fuck me, dude. Just the video of this is 18.5 gigs. That's insane. Okay. Magnus Master Form. What the actual fuck is this? Who is Magnus Master? Is this a name? What is this? Okay, my bad. I can't do that, I think. Okay, let me see if that's possible. Username, just do me, or actually anyone in chat, who's not like, no, username, just try sending a link. Any link, I'm curious. God, this was beautiful as fuck, dude. I love this so much. That's a no. Okay, cool. Okay, alright. Here, you can send links now. Fine. It's fine, I'll just send the last one. It's fine. Username is, okay. Username's fine. It's all good. Justin. My go. How you doing, man? Okay. Okay. that is done now. It's just gonna upload. Cool. Only took, when did we talk, Romero? I don't know. 4 late. I'm sorry, what now? What is the question in reference to, Walter? I'm sorry. I've been in the depths of depravity for 32. Oh, yeah. 47. No, I guess that last time. 42. Megoose, my autocorrect. Oh, Megoose. That's not how you spell that either. It's Megos, no? But, okay. Okay. 48. Okay, 42 seconds, my guess. If there's one. I don't know. I don't actually like the odds of there being one today. Is that weird? Okay, okay, what should I use as the... I don't actually... Are we getting a trailer today? I don't know, Easy. I will let you know. I will let you know. I'm so curious. What do I use as the... I don't actually know what to use as a thumbnail for a Volume 2 video. Is there like a... Because for Volume 1, like, as soon as I thought of a Volume 1 video, like, it immediately came to mind, like, that clown moment where Klein is giving that flower to Benson and Melissa. I don't know what photo to use for Volume 2, though. All the significant stuff has already been revealed? Yeah, exactly. I still think almost certainly they're going to do a SEER PV. I would think so. It'd feel kind of silly if they didn't. But, not on the goat Ademasol. I know. Monster PV really needs one. Alright, it's 10. It's 10. Ladies and gentlemen, can go to Weeaboo. Let's go. SEER! Called, baby! Everyone who doubted me, get your shit up, brother. Let's go! Let's go! I called it! Let's go! And 40 seconds. I called 42. I think I was the closest in that sense too. Oh my god, I am goated! Okay. Okay, okay. SEER PV. Let's do this. I think they're gonna reveal Clown. I feel like you called 38. I called 4. Okay, I guess you and I are the same distance apart. Fine. Hold on. 1080. Let's do this, boys and girls, of course. Okay. We're just gonna do this. We're gonna make this a little bit bigger. All right, let's go. This is the actual SEER potion, I assume. I don't remember what color they said it was. I remembered the clown one. I feel like it was like a whole bunch of colors mixing together. That's what I'm remembering. I don't know if that's actually true, but that's what I'm remembering. Oh, that looks so cool. This looks so cool. Clown. See, okay, clown reveal. I don't necessarily like that either, if I'm honest. I think I kind of agree with Romero. I feel like when we got that sequence Ada's clown of the SEER pathway, I think it like really shook me. I was like, what? No way, that doesn't make any sense. So I think the fact that they're revealing it is not great. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh, I guess that's true. It doesn't say sequence. I guess that's something, but still. Oh, dude, this clown is so eerie. I don't know. Like, does the secret order not feed him? Like, I don't understand. What is wrong with this? Why is he malnourished? What is happening? was supposed to be a shock reveal. Exactly, yeah. No yeah, again, like Romero said, there's no sequence number. So I guess that's helpful, but even still, it's not great. Jesus Christ, that is... Oh, they even did the air bullet. Oh, they even did the air bullet. Oh. Okay, that is really cool. Okay, wait, is this the SEER pathway thing? Is this the symbol for the SEER pathway? I did not actually know this. That has such a creepy smile to it. Oh my god. I didn't actually know this. This is terrifying looking. What the fuck? Okay, that is terrifying. I mean, it looks cool. Don't get me wrong, but goddamn, it is definitely peak, dude. Oh my god. All right. Let's watch this much more closer now. Let's watch this way closer. Let's go. It was really good, and I feel like they didn't show too much. Like they didn't show enough where it'd be like, I don't really like that. It was, again, I think like most of you, I don't agree that Clown should be here. Easy sabotaging, actually, dude. Actually. Wow. I don't stream when he streams. Wow. I'm just kidding. It's all good. Like, even just the ripples, dude. Like, that is such good animation work. Everything looks so good. And his eyes becoming pure black, because, like, that's the moment you're, like, close to losing control or whatever. That is really cool. This clown looks sickly as fuck. I don't know why they did this. This is such a weird stylistic choice. Just give him food. I don't know what these smiles are, bro. This is some Joker shit. What the fuck? The air bullet. I can't remember what the is it called the air bullet? I don't know what it's called. That looks really good. That's a crazy cinematic. His face blows up. That's crazy to look at. It says clown former seer. Oh god. That's not good. No, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Devil, how's it going, man? That clown's doing a lot for someone who fucking dies right away. Okay. It looks really cool. I am still not happy that they revealed Clown, though. That doesn't feel great to me. I don't know. I don't like that. But, yeah. For anime only, thanks for YouTube only, thanks for watching the video, and I'll catch y'all later. Okay. Good lord, man. I really don't like that they revealed Clown. That doesn't feel great. If that's how they animated the clown fight, imagine how they'll animate Clown's magician fights in Volume 2. True. I don't think most people have concerns about how like animation is gonna be done. Looking like animation, I think everyone agrees like it looks really, really, really good. And unless they promise us one thing and then give us a whole separate thing, animation looks great, man. I don't have too much concerns in that sense. My concern is more pacing, and my concern is distribution network. Those are my two main concerns. Obviously, like stuff like the PV and stuff, okay, I don't like that they reveal too much, but like, okay, that's not the end of the world, whatever. Ramiro, see, we're alright, easy time. I can't split screen. I'll see you in a bit. Alright, no worries, Justin. Anyone wants to pop over, feel free to. Okay, I got no issues. I'm just... My concern was choreography, not animation. Fair. Although I feel like the two are very similar, no? If there's a mystery prior PV confirmed, we're doomed. I mean, there might be a mystery prior PV. I don't actually know. What the hell are pedal buses? I don't know what those are, mate. I'm also scared they will remove more of the mystery prior aspect for more action. What do you mean by that? I'm also scared they will remove more of the mystery prior aspect for more action. Go into more detail for me, Romero. I don't actually know what that means. I'm seeing a bus, but everyone is pedaling like a bike on a what? That's what we said with Clown. Fair. Kind of fair, actually. He means less mystery, more action, so they add... Oh, I see. That's a fair concern to have. Again, it pairs with the pacing concerns where 30 minutes of actual stuff, not including like openings and endings and stuff. 30 minutes. By the way, nice cut. Thanks, buddy. Like 30 minutes, 12 videos, 12 episodes, 6 hours. Can you do all of this in 6 hours? I don't know. It's a lot. I mean, maybe you can. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that one. I don't know if any of you know. I doubt any of you know. I doubt any of us know. But feels like a lot to do in 6 hours, you know? 2 special episodes? Yeah, but special episode, if they're special, that means they're going to cover like minute stuff or new stuff, right? They're not gonna like have it be really important story stuff that they do in special episodes, so I'm not including that for that purpose. They will probably cut the lore dumping, yapping, and lampooning. True. I think really small stuff that takes up a lot of time but has very little story impact will probably be removed. Like they're probably not going to explain how pounds, solas, and pence works. They're probably just not going to do that because I don't know if they have enough time for that. You know what I mean? Is that fair? I don't know, but it is what it is the real answer. Brad, that's what I read Lord of the Mysteries for. Yeah, it's a tight walk. It's a tight rope to follow. I don't know how to do it. If they dare to touch a piece of the fourth epoch. True. The problem with lore stuff like that is it's not important right now, so it's easy to cut right now. But the impacts it has further down the line are like massive. So I don't know how to balance. I don't know how to do that balancing act. For that matter, I don't think anyone does, but what is the music playing in the background? I feel like I've heard it before. Lies of P. Okay, give me just 2 minutes. We'll just get all these uploaded and then we'll start reading, okay? Good thing is Easy's live right now too, so a bunch of people are over there, so I mean, I'm kind of just chilling. I appreciate all of you being here, of course, but Peak OST, I know, I love the Lies of Peak OST, man, but ever since I've realized that Witcher 3 is copyright proof, I am copyright free, I am goddamn over the moon. I can't even... okay, dope. I'm sad because of that SEER one. Yeah, I get it. I do. I think, but there's not much we can do, you know. It's on there. It's on there. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have done that. You guys probably wouldn't have done that. But hey, shit, you know, it is what it is. Shit we don't want happens all the time. Gotta roll with the punches. You know what I'm saying? Again, they've done so much good. I think it's fair that we spent 70 chapters to know the name and they spoiled in 40 seconds. True, but again, they've done so much. Stop it. They've done so much good. I don't think it's fair to, you know, just discount it all because of one thing that we didn't like. I remember clown reveal was very important. Yeah, exactly. Like, I was so surprised. Yeah, a lot was happening, you know? I just didn't expect it. SEER is so different from clown. Like, why would I expect that? This reveal is very important because it sets up future aspects of the SEER pathway. I hate how bipolar the weather is. Yeah, me too. How's the weather over there in Toronto? Devil. It's it was hot yesterday, now I'm cold. Yeah, I know, it's cold today. I was like during the morning stream I had like a blanket on my legs because I was so cold. The weather in Canada can never be trusted. Brother, you're not that far from me. It's probably the same. You don't know where I live. Is he right? Probably, but but I'm not giving that away. Can't trust these people, you know what I'm saying? No, Justin, please. I'm scared. No, please. All right, I'm curious. How long do you think Easy's reaction to this is gonna be? It's a 40-second trailer. I'm curious. Do you think they will reveal a final trailer today since it's exactly 2 weeks before 28th? Maybe. I hope so. I mean, then I guess if they were to do that, it'd be in a day, or sorry, it'd be in an hour, right? Because that's when they generally do their reveals. So maybe. I don't know. Maybe, but I also didn't suspect they would do this many trailers either, so I don't know. I don't know. I can't say anything. 15 minutes? 12 minutes? All right, we'll go. All right, we'll test this one. We'll test it. Am I one to judge him because I react to these trailers too? Probably not, but am I going to? Yeah, because I'm a bad person. I said it. I don't care. I'm taking that silence as confirmation. Oh, sorry. No, my university is in London. My university was in London, rather. No, I don't live there. How do you want to find me? Sorry, I'm trying to do this too at the same time. It's kind of rough. Wiz isn't depressed, so how could he be a Londoner? True. No, there's a London in Canada as well. Funnily enough, there's actually a London and a Paris in Ontario, which is hilarious. Okay, after this we're getting started reading, okay, because we can't be doing this entire time. This is insane. We spend like an hour a stream just doing this stuff, which is crazy. And it doesn't constantly rain where I live either, which means I also can't be a Londoner. Wait, you were a commuter? No, I lived in London for the time that I was at school. SEER. My God, I actually forgot the name of the pathway for a second. I'm so cooked. Let's go. Okay. Okay, let's start reading. I will give fake info. Give her information to the CCP. Okay. At this point, I should just get a Weibo account. I'm on there long enough. I know. I don't think I even could theoretically, even if I wanted to. But all right, 6:47. Let's go. Let's go. Unhinged. How's it going, man? New trailer just dropped, so if you're interested, go back a little bit to see it and see my reaction to it and stuff. But if you just want to see the trailer and don't give a shit about my reaction, it's on the channel if you're interested. Did someone say fake info? Oh, we summoned you, of course. You can get fake burners account? Wow, cool. All right, I don't know why you know that information. What the fuck? But okay, cool. Cool. All right. Although Gehrman didn't show it on his face, Katleya seemed to notice the surprise in him. She simply explained, it's a kind of flight that makes it impossible for the death announcer to continue its pursuit. I already sold my soul to Red Note Tax. Just as she said that, she discovered that Gehrman had completely changed his attire. He wore a round neck shirt, a brown jacket, pantaloons with a dark colored cap. He didn't look like an adventurer, but instead resembled a native of Bayam. Thanks, Unhinged. According to Nina, his clothes were drenched with a huge wave last night. Does he only have one set of decent clothes? Cat Leia recalled. She wasn't surprised by this. She even felt that it matched Gehrman's insanity. He only had one set of decent clothes, spending the rest of his money on mystical items, weapons, charms, with the sole goal of raising his strength. It's no wonder the King of Immortality gave up. All he did was attack passing ships. There wasn't enough hatred in him to pursue us the entire way. Yes, in front of the four kings, senior pirate admirals still have a chance to escape to a degree. Almost arriving. Damn, I haven't digested my potion completely. Oh, by the way, Romero, do you have like a image that pops out to you when I say like the ending of Volume 2? Because I'm trying to think what image to use as the thumbnail for the video. And I don't know, like again, when I think of ending of Volume 1, that clown picture pops in my head like immediately. Like that's like, oh my god, that's so iconic. But I can't think of one for Volume 2. Maybe it's that Smog one you sent, maybe? I know one. Oh, username, you're my goat. If you have it in like a decent quality, like above 720 would be fucking phenomenal. However, acting as a crazy adventurer seems rather effective. The crew of the future gave us very spontaneous and warm response. I should complete digesting it in 2 or 3 days, so even if we entered the dangerous waters, finding mermaids wouldn't be that simple. I should have enough time. At this moment, he saw a pirate who was carrying a blue fish, which was kicking and rushing in. He went straight for the corner, the one where Gehrman crossed paths with Benson and Melissa. Oh, that's actually not a bad one. Seated there was the second mate of the future, Heath Doyle. His face was nearly transparent from the paleness, and his nose bridge was rather unharmonious. The fish, which was nearly a meter long, was placed in front of Bloodless. Heath Doyle extended his hand and pressed down on the fish. He bent his body bit by bit as he inched towards his head, plastering his face to the scales as though he was kissing it. What the fuck? Suddenly, the fish stiffened and wax-meeting fire melted rapidly into a disgusting pool of flesh and blood. The flesh and blood surged into Doyle's mouth like liquid as they covered his skin. Amidst the horrendous sight of squirming, the fish bones and flesh and blood, nothing was left behind as Doyle's face appeared clean, as though all that was left was a bright red color on his lips like a blooming rose. What the fuck? Rose Bishop. The name of his sequence surfaced in Klein's mind. That does make sense. Every Rose Bishop needs to replenish themselves with enough blood and flesh. That way they can fully showcase their Beyonder powers and not lose control after being injured. So, oh, like sort of like Creeping Hunger. Is that a fair comparison? So like Creeping Hunger needs flesh and blood after its use. They need flesh and blood after injuries. Her lips curled slightly as she added, however, the lunatics from the Aurora Order have an inclination towards human flesh and blood. Actually, substitutes would work just fine. From the looks of it, this Bloodless with a bounty of 7,600 pounds is really lucky. That, on the one hand, he's lucky to achieve a Sequence 6 at once without losing control. On the other, joining Admiral of Star's pirate crew is another. Without the secret knowledge that this lady who is being pursued by knowledge possesses, he would have turned into a monster that desires human flesh and blood sooner or later. He was increasingly convinced that the secret suppliant pathway, known as the Shepherd pathway, was the Beyonder pathway which was easiest to lose control and turn mad. Nothing came close, even the Abyss pathway was slightly lacking. This is Ramiro's peeps. Klein retracted his gaze, and just as he was about to take a step forward, the entire ship jolted. In that instant, a scene ahead of the future surfaced in Klein's mind. The blue sea was separated by a gigantic crack as infinite amounts of seawater plummeted down like a waterfall. What the fuck? I like the Lanvis being killed art. That is good, Romero, but that doesn't scream Volume 2 end to me, because I'm referring specifically to Volume 2, the ending of Volume 2. But that one's not bad. The smog is the one that's coming to mind immediately. The scene was magnificent and mystical. Oh, this is true, username. You know what? I think you're probably right, dude. Oh, okay. Okay, just curious. How would this be for the wallpaper? I feel like, or for the thumbnail. I feel like this would be based as fuck. This is actually really good. Thanks, username. I did use this I did have this as one of the images I used in the thing, in the actual video, but I just forgot about this. This is really good. Yeah, that's the official art. Ah, cool. Okay. So we might use that one. The future wasn't able to stop in time as it rushed to the edge and quickly plummeted. All the pirates in the dining hall flew up and slammed into the ceiling. Toast, white bread, butter, all flew at random. Klein lost his balance as he couldn't help but be thrown. He extended his palm in time and pressed upwards, quickly adjusting his position like an acrobatic act, allowing him to look less pathetic. Not far away, Nina showcased her stunning balance. With the help of the ceiling, she maintained her posture. Perhaps intentionally or unintentionally, extending her feet and kicked Frank to send the poison expert flying diagonally to a beer barrel, drenching him. I hope that was unintentionally, bro. What the fuck did he do to you? At this moment, the most casual and unfazed person was Cattleya. The stars swirled around her as the resplendence beneath her feet coagulated, causing her to float in midair. That's some bullshit hacks, bro. What the fuck? Just get thrown like everyone else. Why you gotta do that? Apart from her, Bloodlust was the least pathetic. At some point in time, the Rose Bishop had blended into the shadows and disappeared. With the future about to plummet into the bottomless crevice, a plume of water surged up. It held up the ship and threw it high into the air towards the other edge. After momentarily floating in the air, Klein believed that the future had landed stably on the sea ocean. On the sea ocean? What the fuck? On the surface of the sea. Once again, the charm from the sea god domain, which he held tightly, wasn't used. Khaled, how's it going? She said she wouldn't be able to join this stream. Why? Did you hear something? Klein, who had long regained his balance, briskly walked to the window and saw that the endless sea seemed to be burning with golden flames. It appeared to have been noon the entire time. It was only morning moments ago. Klein looked up and narrowed his eyes to see that the sky was filled with sunlight. There was no clouds, nor the sun, just a swath of golden rays. What the fuck is happening here? It's no wonder Eridus described this place as no longer a real ocean, but a relic of a war between gods. His gaze as he swept his gaze, he discovered nearby ruins which were diagonally ahead. The ruins were covered in seawater. Protruding from the surface was grey stones and stone columns that formed a peak. At the top was a dome-like object. From its angle, it was able to hold up quite a large area of space. The ruins were definitely massive in the first place. Through the transparent waters, Klein saw that its base extended to the seabed. Isn't she Iranian? Oh, you're right, Khaled. Fuck, no. We talked to her early this morning, maybe 6-7 hours ago. She was okay then. And I don't think anything has happened since. Oh, I see your concern now, Khaled. I see. The ruins were... Those are extremely dangerous waters, Cattleya said. Cattleya's gaze was cast forward as she said somewhat wistfully, I haven't been there many times. Furthermore, all my visits happened a long time ago. My? Not our? That means it wasn't with the crew of the future. Or was it back when she was a subordinate of Queen Mystic? Cattleya turned her head, and no one knows where the ends of these waters are. No one knows how wide it is. Do you know what's the most dangerous about this place? Klein shook his head. I should have gotten Iridescent to give me a more detailed explanation. Perhaps, previously, he had nearly been caught by a demigod of the true creator. He only survived due to the die of probability. Therefore, in the past 2 months, he didn't dare bring the radio back to the real world. He was afraid that the true creator who was watching the region would sense it. His original plan was to seek out Will Ossipton's help through the paper crane once he approached the dangerous water, and understand the corresponding dangers, but to his surprise, they encountered the King of Immortality, Agalito. Behind the thick glasses, Cattleya said, there are many ruins floating here. There are all kinds of mutated monsters. Among them include many demigods who lost control or ancient evil creatures. That's crazy. Demigods who lost control, that's gotta be disgusting to fight. Oh my god. This isn't the most dangerous part. If it's only because of this, these waters would have been a hunting ground for the 7 churches, a treasure trove for them to get high sequence ingredients. Of course, there are many monsters and evil creatures who have lost control here, but they might not be real. They can kill us, but they might not leave anything behind after they are killed. Upon hearing this, Klein made the connection to Dragon of Imagination, Ankh-Vault. This Dragon King could conjure anything through his imagination. Could it be that these waters are where the ancient gods of the Second Epoch fought? Cattleya said with an ethereal voice, here, you will never guess what dangers you will encounter next. Perhaps you will just melt while approaching a ruin, turning into a wax-like monster. Perhaps you might turn into a rock amidst the storm and slightly deviating from the explored sea routes. To beyonders at our level, that is the greatest danger. What about beyonders that surpass our level? Klein asked. The waters here are filled with a voice that shouldn't be heard. The higher the sequence, the easier it is to hear. Therefore, most demigods who dare to explore these waters either went mad or lose control, ending up here forever. A voice that shouldn't be heard. Am I crazy, or does that feel like Mr. Door? Is that crazy? It's no wonder the 7 churches don't send experts here to reap rewards. Most of them end up with problems. Which means that there are a small number that can survive? Enlightened, Klein looked out the window. At this moment, the future had closed in on everyone. Or closed in on the ruins. What the fuck? Suddenly, a loud and clear panting was heard by everyone. Sorry, I mixed those 2 endings in my head. Most high-level things are not to hear. True. By the way, did you guys see Hermit is finally on there? Please, I'm sorry about the delay. Cuddlefish also confirmed that your mom and I had a brief romantic relationship unhinged. Let's go! I am redeemed after what happened with Nightwalker earlier today. I am sorry that it had to be unhinged, but you gave me an opening. The loud panting sounds entered Klein's ears in a slow and rhythmic manner. It left a chill running down his spine as he felt an inexplicable sense of horror, but he didn't feel any dangerous foreboding. It wasn't only him. Cattleya, Frink, and the other pirates heard the panting sounds too. Cattleya made that... wait, unhinged? Wait, you made that unhinged? Why did you make yourself the baby? Everyone was on alert. After trying to discern the source, Klein discovered that the intense panting stemmed from the ruin ahead of them. At that moment, bloodless Heath Doyle floated out of the shadows and grunted, "There's a corpse. There's a corpse there." Corpse? A corpse that pants loudly? Klein's thoughts raced. Cattleya, who subconsciously removed her glasses, looked towards the ruin. She turned her head towards the pirates and said, "Quickly, circle around that area. Do not approach it." Her voice contained a magnetic allure that jolted everyone awake. The sailors rushed out of the dining hall and headed for spots that needed help. Under Navigator Otolov and boatswain Nina's instructions, they adjusted the sails and changed the directions, passing by the ruins from a relatively great distance. Only when the peak formed by stone and stone columns vanished beyond the horizon did bloodless Doyle lower his hands, no longer in pain. Upon seeing this, Klein narrowed his eyes. He felt that this Rose Bishop might be a huge latent risk. This wasn't because of his contempt towards the Beyonders of the secret suppliant pathway, but a judgment he made. Just now, Heath was the only one in pain while everyone heard the loud panting. He instinctively believed there was a corpse buried in the ruins, and Catleya's reactions after her observation proved his words. That means that even if Doyle doesn't proactively listen to the true creator's voice, just by having the Beyonder power of a listener is enough to make him hear more than the average person. Hence, he was affected the most and obtained more information on the danger when we encountered the sounds. Here, it doesn't mean that problems can be resolved by avoiding similar ruins, because according to Catleya, these waters are filled with voices that can make demigod lose control. If Heath were to be inadequate or overly adequate in one day, he might end up hearing those lethal whispers. Similarly, even if a Sequence 6 Rose Bishop is inferior to a demigod who's good at listening, the gap can't be huge. In terms of the die of probability, 2 points. No, just 1 point is enough to have Doyle hear voices he shouldn't and lose control. I have to warn Ma'am Hermit, even though she should have figured it out long ago and made the corresponding preparations. Klein then heard his stomach roar. He had yet to have breakfast. At this moment, beer was splashed across the floor. Butter had been splattered everywhere. All kinds of food everywhere. All of them had been somewhat dirty. It should be edible by peeling off the outer layers. Klein looked at a piece of bread leaning on a table like in a dilemma. This was at odds with Gehrman's persona. When he decided to wait for lunch, Catleya instructed, "Prepare breakfast for the rest at once. Leave this to Frank. Perhaps he has uses for it." "For rearing monsters?" Klein lampooned. After a while, he finally had breakfast, which wasn't as sumptuous as before. It was smoked pork sausage and 2 utterly burnt toast and a cup of light beer. Motherfuckers having beer for breakfast? This guy's awesome. Due to them traveling through very dangerous waters with the possibilities of mishaps happening at every turn, Klein showcased his eating skills from the back when he was studying in college. When he only had a minute or two to finish breakfast like he did in his college's mess hall. Lord of the Mysteries is going to make some big noise. I hope so, Ismail. I think it'll do really well. My concern is the distribution channels. If it's not on Crunchyroll or any other big Western media, I don't know how much Western access it's going to get is my concern. Sorry, let me change music. Boss music now. Okay, I'm gonna try using a different one. I don't know if this is gonna work. People watching pirate sites? Yeah, no, I know that, Ismail. My concern is more that the anime community can redeem themselves from the disaster of having solo leveling as anime of the year. I know most people watch on pirate sites. I know that. But even still, if I don't know the anime exists, I'm not gonna pirate it, you know? Like, they can be a really great anime, but if most people have just never heard of it, it is what it is, you know? And the problem is, if it doesn't do well, it really diminishes the future returns of, like, other web novels or other manhwas being adapted. Or, I guess, just web novels. Because the three really big ones were T-Bait. That's gone. It's now Lord of the Mysteries and ORV. These two have to do well, because then it'll open the floodgates for other web novels to get adaptations. If they don't do well, studios are going to go, well, there's no money in it, whatever. If Giga makes a video, we're gold. True. Ideally, we get Giga making a video reacting to my video, then we're really gold, okay? Then we're really kicking in. But maybe that's too big. Klein stopped and looked at the distance and saw points of light expanding ahead. Under the sun's illumination, the point of light was producing coruscating, multicolored lusters due to the refraction. As the future continued forging ahead, the point of light gradually revealed itself. Other Chinese web novels have wildly successful donghua, like which one? We've come to the Chinese century for real. They were like legendary columns that held up the sea. They stood there stably, holding up a sizable floating island. Above the floating island was soil that charred black without any hint of greenery. In its depths, the light was such an abnormal brightness that it outshone the mid-sky. Suddenly, there was a long screech that was emitted from the island. It was loud and unrestrained, but it gave people a hair-raising sense of danger. The only donghua I ever watched were To Be Hero X and Link Click, literally. I watched those two, and there was another one, Fog Hill of 5 Elements, I think it was. Those were like the 3 ones that I watched. Before long, Klein heard the galloping sounds of horses as he saw 2 steeds that seemed to be tempered from gold rush out of the floating islands. Behind it was a beautiful chariot that was similarly made of gold. How much money they put in the production of BCS's God Tier? I'm sorry, what is BCS? I apologize. At this moment, Catleya's voice amplified. Look down. Do not look at it. Klein was never one to put on a brave front. He lowered his head upon hearing those words. He noticed that the sunlight which illuminated the deck was becoming brighter before it dimmed. It's all right now, Catleya said. Only then did Klein look up. He discovered that the 2 steeds tempered from gold and the beautiful chariot they pulled vanished. The golden pillar silently supporting the island as resplendent glows swirled around it. What a huge diamond. What a strange ocean. What would happen if I hadn't lowered my head and watched the golden chariot charge forward? Klein thought. A pirate who stood 7 or 8 meters tall away from him had already vanished. Or sorry, 7 or 8 meters away from him, not tall. Ignore that. Standing there were 2 pitch black footprints. The anime that, the studio that animated LTM. Oh, I see. Okay. Thankfully, the Admiral of Stars had been here a few times. She knows what to avoid. If I had hired the Hanged Man, even if he was the one steering the ghost ship, we might have already died by now. No, if the future hadn't arrived at its destination ahead of time without giving me any time to prepare, I would have sought out Will Ossipton's help. A magician never performs unprepared. Besides, if I hired the Hanged Man, I definitely would have purchased information from the Hermit. He didn't suggest visiting the floating island. He left the future to pass it by and head forward. In the rest of time, the sea was like the outer world. There were only undulating waves and vastness, silence, and endlessness. Klein occasionally saw the fire embers floating on the surface of the sea. Man, it's nice to have a sequent once number. True. He occasionally saw fire embers floating on the surface of the ocean, but didn't see any signs of marine creatures, including mermaids. Time ticked by and lunch was soon underway. Klein was about to leave the deck for the dining hall and suddenly recalled that his surroundings had darkened. The sky, which had remained in midday, no longer had any sunlight, as it was covered in rich darkness. I'm 900 chapters in. Oh, nice, Ismail. Okay, so you're still reading it for the first time? Or is it a reread? Silently, the future was covered in a layer of resplendent stars. Catleya's voice resounded, "Return to your room or find any corner you can and fall asleep. Then wait until you wake up naturally." Frank asked, "What happens if I don't?" "When we wake up, we will find you gone, never to be found again." First time? Oh, that's awesome, man. Okay, as you can see, I'm at 650-ish. How long have you been reading for, Ismail? Like, when did you start? The night is that terrifying? Klein was curious. He returned to his room and unfolded a paper crane and wrote, "What should be taken note when traveling to the dangerous waters of the easternmost front of the Sonia Sea? Where can I find mermaids?" Klein put down his pencil, folded the crane, and with the help of cogitation fell asleep. In a hazy world, he was jolted awake, knowing that he was dreaming. No one is infiltrating. Klein surveyed his surroundings and found himself on a mountaintop. Behind him and to his sides were black cloister-like buildings. I don't know what the fuck a cloister is. Like 2 months? Oh shit, okay. Okay, so I've been reading for like 3 months. That's awesome. On top of the boulder, Catleya sat alone. She hugged her knees and leaned forward as she stared at the mountain opposite them. She was still dressed in a classical black robe. At that moment, she didn't move at all. Why is she in my dream? Klein took a few steps forward and leaped onto a boulder. Before he could ask, he was stunned by the vast scene before his eyes. In front of the boulder was a bottomless cliff. Across the cliff was a mountain which was covered in countless palaces, spires, and majestic cities. Is addictive? Actually, dude. These buildings were opulent and stacked in circles. Just one of them was abnormally huge and didn't resemble a human's residence. Combined together, they had an indestructible sense of epic proportions. "This is a dream shared by us all," Catleya continued. Opulent, actually. Any idea why they don't sleep in the, if they don't sleep in the like Earl Hall's opulent villa? Yes, I remember. Why would they disappear at night? Why would they disappear at night? This is interesting. Is there some fucking boogeyman who's like, if someone is not dreaming, if someone hasn't gone to sleep on time, we're gonna beat your ass, motherfucker. I don't know, dude. Listen, I can make guesses based on knowledge that I've been given, okay? I don't have it in me to do crazy theories. You guys know this by now. They disappeared to your mom. Oh god. Alright, fair enough, Unhinged. A dream shared by everyone? Nighttime in these dangerous waters would connect the dreams of all living creatures, and any creature that didn't sleep would lack the necessary protection, as their soul bodies weren't in a dream, and they would suffer an unknown attack. As for why an attack would lead to disappearance and not death, Klein had no idea. As his thoughts raced, Klein retracted his gaze from Catleya's body, locking onto the magnificent city. If this world can really be formed from the connection of dreams from all the local creatures, who could have imagined such an unimaginable city? "What's the name?" he asked. "No idea. There will be a chance of seeing it every time we enter the dream, but it's impossible to reach." She said that it resembles the Great Twilight Hall in Fasak. She likely has her own guesses, but she never told me. She? Queen Mystic? Klein surveyed the area and before saying, "I plan to look around." He believed that the future wouldn't leave these waters anytime soon. He would definitely encounter more nights and enter this dream several times. So to prevent against any accidents, it was necessary for him to explore. Catleya remained sitting there, hugging her knees, as she said, "Not interested." That's not what a mature pirate should say. You should have been more euphemistic. You resemble a young, petulant lady. This was in conflict with the Admiral of Stars he had in mind. Thinking of how Gehrman had his side of not being afraid of dirt and hardship, he came to a realization. Cattleya isn't completely awake. She knows she's in a dream, but can't effectively control it. She unknowingly depicts the feelings deep in her heart and reveals some personality she usually suppresses. Bratty Cattleya. True. It's no wonder she said she'd never be able to approach that city. It's because she never had the intention of exploring it. Klein thought for a moment and probed. We might be able to discover something. Not going. I'll be waiting here. Waiting. She really is semi-unconscious. He didn't waste any more time and leaped off the boulder. Klein stepped on the ground as he subconsciously looked back. Cattleya remained sitting there, hugging her knees. A gentle mountain breeze blew as the black figure gently shook. Cattleya didn't move as she stubbornly waited. At such times, there's a need for a psychiatrist to interpret the dreams and emotions. This has nothing to do with the revelations received from divination. He discovered that regardless of the direction he took, he would end up at this black building formed by the cloisters. It was a towering wall that isolated it from the cliff. No matter how the exploration was made, one had to pass by the cloister, unless one jumped down the cliff. Since there was no choice, Klein went to the pitch-black door of the cloister. The door was nearly 10 meters tall, but it didn't look like it was prepared for human use. Klein sized it up for a few seconds, took a deep breath, and pushed at the ends of the door. A creaking sound followed. The door's weight exceeded Klein's imagination. His muscles bulged and his face flushed, but he was unable to move the door even a tiny bit. Thankfully, it's just a dream. As long as there's reason to believe, I can raise my strength without activating creeping hunger. In the midst of the dark green sparkles, he obtained the strength of a zombie. His arm turned thicker. A deep grinding sound boomed as the door slowly opened to reveal its interior. The two dark spires and the black buildings were connected by covered bridges as they surrounded a vast greyish rock square. There were plenty of holes in the square. Embedded in them were huge arrows. There were flaming stacks in various spots as if they previously had encountered an attack. Holy shit. Possible new trailer in 5 minutes? If there's an actual trailer, I would assume it'd be the last one 2 weeks out. I don't know how many more trailers you can keep giving at this point. But they didn't have a second one yesterday, right? So they might not have one today either. Klein passed through the cave's entrance and entered the square. Unsurprisingly, he saw Frank, Nina, Otolov. This is their dream? Or should I say that everyone's dream is limited to themselves? They will be randomly placed somewhere in this world. Frank was the closest to him. He was holding a shovel and digging at some rubble. Beside him were some food. He plans on using them as fertilizer? He's even planting in his dreams. What are you doing? Klein asked. I'm cultivating some things. They need to sleep in the soil for some time before growing big and proliferating. What's their use? They're a crossbreed of fungus. It can make bulls produce milk. Spare those bulls. Klein's face twitched as he asked, will it succeed? There's no problem with the effects, but I'm worried they can't reproduce. May death favor them forever. Frank on that cultivation grind said actually did. Along the way, he passed Nina, Otolov. Have you ever thought of leaving the pirate crew after you're older to find a man to marry and settle down? I don't think anyone wants to drift at sea their entire life, Otolov asked. His eyes and tone informed Klein that in between the lines he meant, if you wish so, why not me? Mr. Navigator, you're old enough to be Nina's father. Consider your health. Milky Bull. Well, bad joke, but bulls do produce something. No, that's not the life I want, Nina said. Before joining you, I once attempted to settle down on the east coast of Fasak, but I was unable to bear the boredom. I have to lug wood and move things every day, but I can only stay at home at night. I'm not allowed to go to the bar or out hunting. Such a life is constant and unchanging. It's still better on the ship. Although it's boring most of the time, we can go to different places, meet different people. Even the most boring times can wreck those fellows, training them into passable pirates. I can also tell them that the ones that performs the best every month can spend the night in my room. I'll excitedly enjoy the torment. Of course, spending the night and having sex are different. It depends on my mood. A true female pirate, Klein lamented. I won't disagree with her choice, but if she often kills, engages in arson and plunders, I don't mind using her head in exchange for a bounty the next time we meet. Jesus Christ. He's so mean. I thought we were close with Nina, bro. Subconsciously, he turned his head and realized the shadows seemed normal, but something was odd about it. Doyle? He hides in the shadows even in a dream? Amidst the grinding sounds, his gaze suddenly froze. Behind the door was a vast hall with two stone pillars supporting it. The hall was abnormally dark without any candlelight. As the main door opened, the light from the outside shone in. Klein saw that there were murals of various colors, with gold being the main color of choice. They were connected to each other without any gaps. It gave him a magnificent feeling. A figure had its back facing Klein, using an axe in its hand to chop at a long and huge tree. The figure was dressed in a white shirt and black vest. There's someone else in these waters? Could it be the mysterious pair of eyes observing the deck and me? Klein warily approached. It was a young man who looked young, had blonde hair, and was split 70-30. His emerald eyes looked focused. What are you doing here? What is this place? Klein asked. Why are you asking these questions? My ship has sunk, and I'm busy making a canoe for myself. I don't have time to speak to you. Who are you? Klein asked. Who am I? I'm the unlucky Anderson. Ever since I saw that mural, I've been plagued with bad luck. Nothing right now? Tracing his fingers, Klein saw a mural depicting a sea of fire that split in the middle. So maybe no second PV? Yeah, I guess so. On the path, there was a long line of people. The members either held their head low with pious devotion or prostrated the ground. Their leader was a lanky man with silver hair. His facial features were mild and his eyes were tightly closed. On his back were layered wings. It was the angel the little son had once seen, the tail devourer, Ouroboros. The plot thickens! 650. Let's fucking go. Unlucky Anderson Cooper? Volume 3 feels a bit bland after reading it so many times. After recognizing the leader on the mural, Klein subconsciously suspected it was something from his dream. However, he rejected the idea. This was because the unlucky Anderson wasn't someone he knew. He was also not someone that left an impression on him. There was a low chance of this being an extension of his dream, and Anderson had clearly said that he became unlucky after seeing the mural. It was strongly tied to the mural, so it could only be the case that the mural was part of Anderson's dream. As he focused and looked more, Klein realized that the mural was different from the one the little son had seen. The background here was the sea burning in golden flames, while the previous one was of a desolate plain. The destination here was the depths of the sea, while the previous one was the destination of a distant mountain. On the mountaintop was a huge cross and figure hanging upside down. Morning, FQ. How's it going, man? On the bottom of the Angel of Ouroboros' feet was a black slush with heads pointing down and fishes stuck inside. Previously, it was a meandering river. It's a different mural, but more of a memory from different stages of the same pilgrimage. Klein nodded. With a guess? A similar scene surfaced in his mind. a very long time ago, in a particular period of the fourth epoch, Ouroboros led a devout group of pilgrims or remnant believers of the true Creator. With many powerful enemies in pursuit, they rowed a boat through the sea. Due to certain reasons, he abandoned the boat. With the help of the true Creator, or his own powers, he parted the sea and led the devotees through it into the forsaken land of gods. In the forsaken land of gods, they tore through the desolate plains on the pilgrimage. They built temples along the way. One of them was discovered by the Little Sun and Company. Woke up an hour early, so I guess I'm going to partake in the 4 a.m. Lord of the Mysteries. 4 a.m.? Are you in the UK, FQ? With how Will Ossepton was forced to restart the cycle and be reborn as a baby, the Tail Devourer is likely alive. Does this... okay. Does this mean that he eventually arrived at the destination with the pilgrims? The holy residence of the true Creator? Does that mean the holy residence of the true Creator somewhere in the forsaken land of gods? If my theory is right, then this means that no matter how the City of Silver tries to save itself, or how they continue passing the flame, once the true Creator awakens or is restored, they will unavoidably head to destruction. When you are very close to the divine kingdom or holy residence of an evil god, your survival has nothing to do with your struggles. This is like the bubble produced when the sea waves surge to the shore. Once the waves recede, they will vanish. Human civilizations and ethnic groups are just that weak under the gaze of an evil god. Why is it so hard to draw you? I can't get it right. It's the anti-divination that devils have. No, I can't be that pessimistic. I was only making a guess. Perhaps the one that forced Will to reincarnate is an Ouroboros, but perhaps the true Creator wouldn't recover or awaken, good lord, that easily. He might be sealed by the 7 deities. The City of Silver still has a chance. A path between the forsaken land of the gods and the external world needs to be forged before the evil god escapes from his shackles, allowing them to be moved out. Dr. Z, I thought you said you weren't popping by. Hi, how's it going? Ramiro. He suddenly felt somewhat worried, afraid that his arrival was enough for him to be stuck in an endless cycle of fate created by the Ouroboros. Say that to all the people that was going to die and he successfully descended, Romero. At this point, he instinctively wished to take 4 steps clockwise and go above the gray fog. I just thought I would be late. Oh, I see. Okay. He wanted to forcibly search for memories that he might have lost, but ultimately he resisted those actions to observe. From his interpretation of the symbols, there was no repeating rivers. There's only a black slush with fish embedded in it. It didn't mean the existence of a circle of fate, only the lingering of bad luck. That's what Anderson said. As the king of angels, Ouroboros definitely has more than a cycle of fate. Different temples and different murals have different powers. Besides, this is a dream. Even if I didn't do anything and I'm really stuck in a repeated cycle, making me repeatedly converse with the Admiral of Stars to the point of making observations, the problem will be solved once Monday comes. The Tarot Club won't be held. Miss Justice and the others will feel puzzled and make a prayer, and I'll use it to regain my memories. He looked up and discovered that the hall went further in. There was no end to it, and there was light shining inside. However, it was restricted to the entrance. The other areas were dark and became darker the deeper it went. All that could be seen were the wooden doors on both sides. Their destinations were unknown. Upon seeing this dark and creepy scene, next stream you should divine one Dr. Z. To encounter a mural left behind by the King of Angels, who knows what will happen if I delve deeper. Klein then turned to Anderson. Why are you here? I'm a treasure hunter. So tell me, why would I be here? There's treasure here? There's treasure everywhere in these waters. As long as you obtain it successfully and leave alive. Do you know where this place is? I don't know. At least a third of my companions formed a team and headed in to explore, but they never returned. Are you referring to the real world or the dream world? Klein asked. Of course it's the real world. The ones that proceeded to explore the dream are the other third of my companions. They also didn't return. Lunatics don't try to pass themselves off as normal and well-meaning. Where are their bodies in the real world? They have mutated to monsters. They killed quite a number of my companions. I told you, I was plagued by bad luck ever since I saw that mural. Thankfully, this isn't considered too unlucky. Otherwise, at the very least, they didn't destroy my ordinarily handsome face. Are such descriptive terms supposed to be used that way? Klein looked at Anderson. He discovered that Anderson was unfazed, and the skill involved in his actions meant that he had already gotten used to it. Klein had a single hand in his pocket as he played with the coins in it and asked, when your companions began the exploration, were you part of the group that stayed behind to study the mural? No, I was part of the group that did the exploration. As he spoke, he grinned and revealed a genial smile. Klein's pupils constricted as he bent his back slightly and raised his left palm. At that moment, blinding sunlight illuminated everything in dazzling white, and then it dimmed and vanished. Klein naturally opened his eyes and discovered that the outside had been restored to the midday state. He only took out the pocket watch in his inner pocket and opened it. Only a half hour has passed. The night is rather short. That unlucky Anderson looked normal, but who knew he was that terrifying? Rolling to his feet, Klein recalled something. The snake of fate, Will Ossepton, had yet to reply to him. Something happened, I need to go. No worries, Nagito. As everyone's dream had been pulled to the real world without the connection of the spirit world, he was unable to locate me. Or did he sense Ouroboros' era and didn't dare come close? Or there could be something else problematic with these waters to begin with. Klein's thoughts whirled. Klein decided to verify it. As for how it could be verified, it was simple. He could sleep again, but while it was still noon. However, he wasn't in a rush. This was because he wasn't sure if there were any taboos about sleeping in the day. Wearing his cap, Klein came to the captain's cabin and knocked. Before long, Catley opened the door. Is sleeping in the day all right? He asked. Yes, Catley nodded. After answering, she hesitated. It seems you were very proactive in that dream. He looked at Catley and smiled politely. Yes. This is a gift bestowed upon me by my lord. My lord? Catleya's eyes shimmered. In a rare instant, she frowned slightly, and then eased them without saying any more words. Be careful of Heath Doyle, Klein thought and added for a moment. Don't worry, he has a sealed artifact which has a negative effect of him only being able to hear voices from nearby. That's a smart use of a negative effect. Klein bowed and returned to his room. He laid down and fell back asleep. That's actually so clever. Dude, Callie is so smart. What the fuck? In the dream, he woke up and saw the black steeple. Oh, thank God. He went in and saw the new words. There's plenty of dangers there. The most dangerous being the dream that happens when night falls. It isn't about the disappearance if you don't sleep. But there's one thing to remember. Do not explore that dream. Absolutely do not explore that dream. Jesus Christ. Okay. Since there's not enough space, I won't explain why. Okay. It's a joke. The reason is that the... Dude, this guy's such a piece of shit. What a fucking asshole. The reason is that the area contains some of the dream left behind by a deity. What? A dream left behind by a deity? Isengard had such a power recorded? Did he? Okay. Okay. Give me 2 minutes. I'm just gonna quickly work on something. Give me 2 seconds. Dude, so much is happening. He planned to use it against the devil to control the side effects of an artifact. Okay. Sorry, I'm just gonna quickly do the thumbnail for the video I'm posting tomorrow. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just working on... Actually, I can probably just do this with you guys watching. Hold on, let me just open it and then we can just do it together. Fuck it, why not? The artifact he used to send his voice far had the seal. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, so generally when I do thumbnails, I just like to keep stuff simple. I don't like all this extra showboaty shit people have been doing recently. I don't know. It just... I don't actually know if I can do it that big, but we're gonna try. With this nope, it's this one. Yes, very good. I'm wondering if I should change this from white. I normally, again, like to keep it simple, but this feels like it blends in too well somehow. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So how's the battle for first? There's no battle. With how much streams I haven't been able to do recently, trust me, there's no battle. Okay. Yeah, new vid thumbnail. Okay. So I can either do that, or because I'm already gonna put, or because I was already gonna put I was wrong in the title, I can put something like we're so back. I don't know. That's like the second thing I'm thinking of. You know what I mean? Instead of this, we go like, those are the two options. I don't know, because I was wrong is already gonna be in the title, so I just don't know if it's like necessary to put it. If you know what I mean. What's the video about? What's the video about? It's about how I originally thought the ending of Volume 2 was bad, and then after some more reflection and a really important comment, I came to realize that the ending of Volume 2 is actually really, really good. So, I don't know. Either or is fine. It's just, I like I was wrong, but my problem is, like, it's already in the title, so I don't know if it just becomes redundant at that point. You know what I mean? It feels like too much? Okay, that seems fair. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'll leave both, okay? So YouTube has this really cool feature I can do where I'll upload them both, and then I will know like which one's performing better, and then I'll have like data for the future. So this is fine. We'll just do both. Fuck it. Because I was wrong. A/B test. Yeah, exactly. We'll just do A/B testing. Fuck it. Okay. Does that mean I have to like both and watch them both? Bullseye, if you liked and watched one of them, I'd be very happy. As you can see, we have great expectations of you. By the way, did you do the card thing at the beginning? No. Since you weren't here and I thought you might be, I figured we'll just do that at the end, Dr. Z. Okay, give me 2 more seconds and then we'll get back to reading, okay? I really want to stay on top of schedule. What did he do to Maria Rogers? Who the fuck is Maria Rogers? No worries. I have to leave stream early? Okay, no worries. Romero, I know it's been a real busy 2 days for you, so you're good, man. Okay, okay, dope. So it is... Okay. So I will post the video right now. It will... I'm innocent and the judge did in fact... Okay. So the video is live now for all... for all members. And then for everyone else, it'll be available in like 10, 11 hours, give or take. All right. Back to reading. Back to read. Bullseye got the death penalty. All right. You know what? I don't know what he did, but knowing Bullseye, probably guilty. Okay. Upon seeing Will Ossipton's warning, Klein found himself blessed with good luck. Thankfully, I didn't court death and continue the exploration. Popping in to say hi. Hi, Mikhail. How's it going, man? Although he had seen the mural related to Ouroboros, as well as the terrifying monster Anderson, who mutated for some unknown reason, he didn't get himself into danger. I'll watch it tomorrow then. Alright, sounds good, man. I wonder if I randomly appear in a region in the next stream. Or will it continue from before? If it's the latter, the best choice of action is not to disturb Anderson so as to avoid agitating him. I'll just walk the same way back and leave that black cloister. Apart from the dream, the other things aren't that troublesome, as long as you don't attempt to approach those ruins. Directly look at the thing that flies in the sky at midday, or challenge the storms that give ample warning. You won't have any issues if you follow the sea routes verified by others. As for mermaids, just keep cruising forward and you'll ultimately see them. This is because at their levels, they will only live in relatively safe locations, and there aren't many such areas. Finally, I hope everything goes smoothly. Sincerely, your friend who might be often in a deep sleep due to reaching a critical stage in his development, Will Ossipton. If you have any legal troubles, don't go to him. He'll tell you himself he's in a bad... Who was your lawyer, Bullseye? If you don't... Yeah, exactly. In fairness, he's being a very... And he called himself his friend, which is really good. The final sentence was long and somewhat awkward. Klein finally understood what Will meant. Before I'm born, don't disturb me unless it's something very important. I'll try my best, Klein lampooned. If he successfully advanced, then it might not be long before he had to seek Will's help to find sequence 4 of the SEER pathway. I love how Klein is like, listen, if I get stronger, I'm going to need your help. If I don't get stronger, I'm going to need your help to find those mermaids. Either way, I'm calling you, bitch. Chop, chop. Being more confident with finding mermaids, Klein immediately left the dream, wore his hat, and headed for the dining hall. Due to his dream's disturbance, most of the food had turned cold, but the pirates were still having a great time. Since no one died during this encounter, they naturally felt great. Do you want a cup of milk? Frank asked. Recalling the conversation in his dream, Klein firmly shook his head. Inwardly, he was worried that the milk on the ship were Frank's experimental products. I remember telling you about those little things in the dream? Yes, Klein said. My description back then was a little inaccurate. Child abuse? I mean, he's just writing to him. It's hardly abuse. The true purpose was to produce milk even when they aren't in a state capable of lactation, regardless of whether they are male or female. As long as they consume it, it will produce milk and return to normal once they aren't fed. This way, milk cows don't have to suffer any torture. This way, it becomes fairer for men and women to bring up their children. It'll be beneficial for the women heading out for work. Are you telling me this? At that instant, he felt the nickname of Crazy shouldn't be Gearman's, but Frank's. He's actually someone who supports equality, but his means are terrifying. That's right, the Church of Earth Mother is like the Church of the Goddess. They believe that women should have the same standing as men. However, they place more emphasis on reproduction, treating it as the holiest matter. Among the 7 churches, the Church of the Storm and the Church of the God of Combat are the most biased towards men. The Church of the Sun is next. As for the Church of God of Knowledge and Wisdom, they are different from other churches. They They discriminate based on intellect. So the Church of God of Knowledge and Wisdom is like, listen, motherfucker, I don't care if you're man, woman, child, I don't give a fuck. If you're stupid, you are op. And it's like, wait, what? It's like, but I was born like this. I don't give a shit. You're dumb. Get out. The Church of Steam is neutral. And Klein instantly had the differences between the churches flash past his mind. He looked up and glanced at Frank as though what he had just said was trivial. This made Frank happy. After the pirates finished their lunch in batches, Cattleya opened the windows. She once again said, "There's an island 1.5 nautical miles ahead of us. We will dock there and wait for the storm to pass." In these waters, every time there's a switch from noon to nighttime, there's a possibility of a terrifying storm occurring. I cannot confirm when it will happen, but I believe it's safer for us to wait for it to pass before we continue our voyage. One of the things people at sea feared the most was the storm, therefore no one objected. They went according to Cattleya's instruction. Under Ottolov and the boatswain Nina's guidance, they nervously prepared to dock. At this moment, Klein confirmed one of the matters that Will had mentioned: do not challenge any sign of storm. Before long, an island covered with gigantic trees appeared in front of them. More than 100-meter-long sailboat adjusted its course and docked with the wind. Or against the wind, rather, sorry. More than half an hour passed as the sky suddenly dimmed. Lead-colored clouds surfaced one after another. Fuck. They overlapped one another as though they enveloped all the surrounding waters. Amidst a loud boom and blinding flashes of lightning, a hurricane from far swept over. It was connected to the clouds at the top and the bottom and to the sea at the bottom. It was more exaggerated than any legendary giant. It was a gigantic coiling serpent. Jesus Christ. Church of Well, actually, before you read this, you need to do an IQ test, and if it comes back anything under 110, get out. They're like, but that means like 60% of humanity can't read your book. I don't give a fuck. Get out. I guess. The terrifying hurricanes brought with it waves that towered like mountains, lightning that branched out like trees that didn't stop because of the incoming storm. It constantly struck the surface of the sea, splitting into tiny electric bolts that spread outwards. As the rain pattered down on the Feature's deck, it made the pirates who had entered the cabin or gotten shelter feel like an apocalypse that had arrived. Coiling serpent, coiling dragon. I was thinking the coiling serpent that appears in Klein's dream when Will Ossipton visits him. That's what I was imagining. Wait, what just happened? Why did my music mute? What the fuck? Oh, okay, we're back. We're back. Sorry. I love tomatoes, Dr. Z. On certain stuff. And just eating them. I could just eat a tomato by itself. Probably weird, but I like tomatoes. But like certain stuff I don't like. Like I don't like tomatoes on pizza. As the rain pattered down on the Feature's deck, it made the pirates who had entered the cabin or gotten shelter feel like the apocalypse had arrived. Why are you telling that to me? I don't know, we were just talking, Dr. Z. What the fuck? Why so combative? Such a storm didn't last too long. The sea calmed down after about 15 minutes and the hurricane dissipated. The midday sunlight reigned in the sky once more. You can head onto the island for a while, but don't wander inside. You have to be within the range of the cannons, Cattleya gave the pirates a brief reprieve. Klein kept in mind, you called me specific. No, wait, did I? I don't think so. What the fuck? Why do I keep hearing Discord? Oh, username message me. It's not bad. I'm curious, actually. I'd like to get your guys' take on it. I don't actually know. I'm curious. What do you guys think? Red instead of white. What do you guys think? Red with a gradient? We could do that. I'm allergic to tomatoes? Okay, well that's different. That's different. You said you didn't like tomatoes. Yes? More? Okay, we can do more. Okay, we can do this one. Fine. Thanks, guys. Okay. Color gradient. Let's go over here. Let's go with a red. God damn. Here's the image. Oh, you're just... Oh, that's so much better. I don't even have to fucking... God, I love you. Sorry, I was trying to make it a username. It's just like, here's the image. Okay. Now, here's the question. Do we keep all 3 images and run a test, or do we just keep the red one? What do you guys think? I feel like everyone... Red is more eye-catching? Okay, we'll just do the red one then. Fuck it. We'll just do the red one. I don't care. Just keep red? Okay, dope. We'll just do that. Where the f did it go? What do you mean? God, I fucking... Do you guys ever have this where you just don't know where the fuck something downloaded and you're like, what the fuck? Like, where the fuck did it download this to my fucking... You're actually goated username. Love you, dude. Like, where the fuck did this go to my fucking, desktop instead of my, downloads? What is this? Oh, you're kidding me. God damn. It's saying it's a web it's saying it's a web image, not a fucking thing. Okay, fine. I'll just change it. Why are you like this? This is why it's hard to love you, YouTube. No, I gotta, okay. It's not in 1080p, I gotta adjust the resolution. Okay, hold the phone. I gotta adjust the resolution. I think this looks great. Voila. Okay, dope. That's on. let's go. Okay, back to reading. Back to reading. I'm spectating a Mahjong Soul game. What the fuck? Okay, let's go. Let's go. I think bro has easy beat. Okay, bro, I'm not stalling. I'm being stalled. No, this is actually on me. I'm not gonna lie to you. All the same, we're gonna get done at the time we wanted to get done. Okay. Klein kept in mind Will's warning, and he had no desire to explore the island. After leaving the future, he only walked about the shore, taking in the feeling of having his feet on solid ground. Beach, sunlight, trees. It feels like a vacation. It was rushing over the boundary of a cliff. The black dot increased in size to reveal a human figure. Not far away, Cat Leia, who was also on sand, noticed the abnormality. She took off her glasses. The figure with emerald-colored eyes approached. He was wearing a white shirt. Anderson, the unlucky Anderson. The person was none other than the terrifying Anderson of the dream world. Fuck. Okay, we're getting up to some shit now. It was the Anderson who said that his companions never returned after they proceeded to explore the hall, but claimed to be a member, had claimed to be a member of that exploration team. At that moment, Anderson raised his hand. Without any hesitation, Klein took out a charm and chanted a single word: Storm. The charm made of tin immediately turned sharp. Should I turn boss music on or like fighting music on really quickly, just so I know? I could be I'm using so many different Witcher 3 sounds this stream. Any of them could be copyrighted. I have no fucking clue. We're gonna figure it out, okay? But the only way I figure it out is by using them. So fuck it. Oh my god, this is so hard. Let's go. The charm made of tin immediately turned sharp, resembling a thin blade. With an infusion of spirituality, the wind in midair reverberated. With a deadpan expression, Klein threw out the charm in his hand at Anderson. The azure blades shot at the target like a lined-up firing squad. Anderson was raising his right hand with a smile and was about to say something when he heard a deep and mysterious incantation and the scalp-numbing sound of wind. His gaze froze as he threw himself to the side and somersaulted in a pathetic manner, as if the area before him was scorching metal. The wind blade struck the beach, slicing clear slits into the sand. "Stop! Stop! I come in peace! I mean no harm!" Anderson shouted. Anderson Hood. The Admiral of Stars suddenly said a name as she raised her hand to stop Gehrman. She knows Anderson? Klein said, "He has already mutated. I saw him in my dream." He wasn't surprised at meeting Anderson. This was because the pirates were all in the same area during the dream, meaning they were very likely close to each other in real life as well. "No, not at all." Anderson stood up. "I recognize you. You asked me many questions. But back then, I wanted to pull a prank on you. Really, it was just a joke to liven the mood. Don't you think that the mood having changed into a horror, into one of horror was an exhilarating experience? Of course, I'm talking to the target and not myself. If I participated in the exploration, how would I be alive?" "That's what I'm worried about." Klein didn't believe him. Anderson shrugged. "I was preparing to explain that the moment I saw you. I was planning on telling you that I was joking and asked for your help. I hoped that you could take me away, but at that second the dream ended. Damn it, I was so unlucky." "That also complies with the trait of being unlucky," Klein muttered. It's just a prank, bro? Yeah, it's like one of those YouTube pranks that gets a guy shot or whatever, that gets like a YouTuber shot, and he's like, "Bro, it was just a prank, why would you..." He listened to what, he planned on flipping a coin in his right hand to test with divination when he heard Cat Leia say, "Listen to what he has to say. He's very famous in the Fog Sea. He has the nickname, Strongest Hunter." Sung Jin-woo? I'm gonna piss off so many of you with that joke. I didn't hear it. Okay, I'm keeping the boss music on because this shit is hype as fuck. What? Strongest hunter. Klein recalled that the man doesn't have a bounty. This means he's more of a treasure hunter. Unfortunately, Gearman hasn't killed many pirate admirals. Otherwise, I would be the strongest hunter. Klein looked coldly at the man. As long as Anderson Hood showed... Oh, never mind. I thought I recognized the last name, Hood, and then I realized I was thinking of Hood Yugen from the Psychology Alchemist, I think it was. And I was like, oh, never mind. Guess the pathway in sequence? How? I don't know. I mean, Hunter. Hunter pathway. Sequence 5 of the Hunter pathway. Divine? True. Let's do this. Let's do a divination. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go gambling. I lost all my money a while back, so I apologize about that. I mean, I don't apologize for it. I didn't fucking lose the money. God damn it. The gods of fate fucked me here. Not what I meant to do. Not hourly, god damn it. Is Anderson off the Hunter pathway? I've lost everything. No. No. Oh god. Hold on. I need to withdraw money. I don't have any more money. Fuck. Bro's gonna end up on the streets. No. Let me cook. Rob someone. Anderson is a sequence 5. Interference! No, it couldn't have come at a worse time. No, I just said I'm not gonna end up homeless. Why are you doing this to me? No. Oh. Bro, who do I rob? Hold on, who has money? Hold on. Ramiro, Milos has money. Hold on. Okay, it's like a really low chance to actually get a rob off, but I don't really care. Anything will do right now. Let me cook. No. It's over. It's so Gojo over. Oh god. It's Gojo over. No, it's done. We're not doing any more divinations. Oh god. I've lost my life saving. Upon hearing the introduction, Anderson shook his head. Oh no, I'm not the strongest hunter. Oh, he's still humble. Klein sighed inwardly. Admiral of Stars, if you really insist, then it's best that you add the condition below that of a demigod. Yes, the strongest hunter below that of a demigod. I take back what I just said. Klein's mouth twitched. These waters are very dangerous, but it contains many treasures. In that regard, I believe the two of you are very aware. What do you think of him? I think he sounds based as fuck. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think there's definitely something wrong with him. I don't know. Oh, let's do a divination on that. I'm totally not addicted at all. I don't know what you guys are talking about. withdraw more money. Let's just withdraw 7,000 at this point. I just need some money to gamble with. Fuck me. Okay. Is Anderson's affected by the mural of Ouroboros? No, sorry. Anderson is affected by the mural of Ouroboros. Oh, dude, I don't know if I've ever lost 4 times in a row. It's actually over. Anderson is friendly and will not harm Klein or Cattleya in any way. The previous divination was interfered with. Anderson is actually affected by the mural of Ouroboros and will in some way harm Cattleya and Klein. It's heads. Oh my god, it's heads 3 times in a row. Look at me. Okay. Okay. So he will. It's all good. The money is not the relevant part, okay? The relevant part is that I was right. There is something wrong with this fucking guy. Okay, we're going all in. We're going all in. Okay, really, really quickly. No. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Let's go. We're, oh my god. We're so good, boys. Oh my god. Who said I had a problem? Bro, you have a problem when you're losing. Get it together. I don't lose. Let's go. Dude, I'm actually Toji. It's so cooked. Oh, we're so cooked, boys. In the past, many adventurers, or more precisely, treasure hunters, have entered these waters to seek out fortuitous encounters, but most of them didn't leave these waters alive. He is affected, yes, that's the result we got. So there's always some lucky ones who can obtain some items, ingredients, while leaving. The treasure hunting team I organized by 2 treasure hunters were by 2 treasure hunters who were experienced in this area. They claim to be very aware if the ruins are not to be explored in the first half of the safe route, and which ruins could be attempted. They also claim to know which methods to use to hunt for various monsters, and what methods should be used to avoid evil creatures. The bad luck is from the mural? Yes. That's the result we got. I've always been curious about these waters and successfully convinced them to join the expedition. And then, Cattleya asked. It was very smooth in the beginning, as smooth as can be. We avoided danger, got a lot of relics left behind by former explorers, and hunted some monsters and got some ingredients. Everything changed when we discovered a strange temple on a submerged island. There are many murals which remained intact. This gentleman has also seen it in the dream. He gestured at Klein. That's not important, Klein replied. One of the murals was very sinister. It described a pilgrimage proceeding forward amidst a parted sea. And the fact that you got the book, bro, not the divination result. The fact that you got that's fact you got from the book? Oh, I see. No, I got it from both, Romero. Don't judge me, okay? The leader of the pilgrimage is depicted as an angel, having long silver hair that reached his back, and very mild facial features. I was the first to arrive in front of that mural. I reached out my right hand and outlined the various lines in midair. Oh, he's so cooked. Oh, he's so cooked. This guy has such bad luck now. It's over. I really didn't touch it. I was at least 5 centimeters away, but to my surprise, the angel in the mural opened his eyes. Your nickname as the strongest must have been forced as a result of you attracting too many problems, Klein scoffed. Silver-haired angel? Cattleya asked. Yes, but I'm not sure which angel. At the very least, he hasn't appeared in any of the portraits of the 7 churches. Of course, the mural artist might have added it, and it might not be real. Anderson, who was just about to raise his hand to comb his hair when he discovered that the man wearing a round neck shirt was coldly staring at him. But at that moment, Klein was thinking of something else. This fellow is very professional when it comes to art. At the very least, the typical person wouldn't be able to know so many religious portraits. Cattleya, who didn't receive an adequate answer, turned her gaze to Klein. She had just heard from I read Hood and I think of Hood Eugen. Anderson Hood that Gehrman had seen the mural. Perhaps this member of the organization has been gifted by the Lord can recognize the angel. Considering how Ma'am Hermit would be able to obtain the answer at the next tarot club, Klein didn't hesitate to answer. Tail Devourer or Ouroboros. The Angel of Fate? The King of Angels? The last time she heard this name was from the tarot club, thanks to Miss Justice. And that was just the first time learning of the existence of a King of Angel. She'd never expected to obtain clues of them in the real world so soon. Tail Devourer Ouroboros? Anderson ruminated over the name. Klein didn't speak further, showing his disinterest in explaining. Anderson could only laugh. I thought I was hallucinating back then because the murals didn't show any abnormalities after that. Abhinay, how's it going, man? How you doing? Following that, our team fractured into two. Most of them were frightened by my account and believed that they shouldn't continue exploring the temple. The remaining three desired to obtain more treasure and began setting deep off into the temple. We waited an entire day. Noon switched at night a total of 3 times, but we didn't see them. We were all outstanding treasure hunters, so something must have gone wrong. After making some confirmations, we didn't dare stay any longer. We immediately left the temple and got onto the ship to return. We had already received plenty and didn't want to take any more risks. Wait, none of you had the intention to save your companions? Yes, a treasure hunting team that's temporarily put together will only bother with themselves and the few friends they are familiar with when encountering danger. Anderson sighed. After leaving the temple, I discovered that there was something abnormal about myself. On the one hand, I was very lucky with everything I do failing. Even when drinking light beer in silence, I'll realize that someone had used the beer barrel as a toilet and pissed in it. What the fuck? Well, that's not what I encountered. It was my companion. It was totally him. He drank out of something someone pissed in like an hour ago, for sure. On the other hand, we obtained control of ourselves in our dream. We were no longer in a reverie and knew something, but we had no means to take action. Therefore, a number of my companions, a third of the original people, ventured deep in the dream world and never returned. Piss beer, actually. You wouldn't believe it? To me, all beer tastes like what I would imagine piss tastes like. It just, I don't know, beer tastes disgusting to me. Ugh. Cattleya, who had been listening, asked, what about their bodies in the real world? Ramiro, my go. They mutated into monsters, killing quite a number of my remaining companions and sailors. We might have successfully killed those monsters, but due to the lack of sailors and encountering a streak of bad luck, we failed to reach this island before the storm arrived, and our ship sank. Likewise our loot. The rest of my companions either drowned, got struck by lightning, or eaten by monsters. Okay, they really do have some bad luck. As for me, I was stronger and luckier than them. I was sent flying by the waves and swam to the shore and began attempting to recreate a canoe to leave. As you can see, even my final axe has been shattered. It was also reflected in the dream. They really are a treasure hunting group plagued with bad luck. Klein inwardly drew the crimson moon for him. Sorry, I thought I heard something. He believed that Anderson's description was likely real, but it was unknown if he was hiding something. After Anderson finished recounting his experience, he smiled at Cattleya and said, "Do I have the honor of being a passenger on your future? I will pay for the fare, of course." He looked as if payment was no problem. Cattleya once again turned to Klein. "This is to say you're leaning towards accepting the request? Aren't you going to do any requests? Aren't you going to do any tests? I have to go above the Grey Fog to divine before I can give you an answer." "What gives you the confidence?" "A beyonder power obtained once a sequence 5 of the mystery prior? Just as he was hesitating, Anderson said, I'm very familiar with the route ahead. I can help you avoid the latent dangers on the safe sea routes, and I can tell you which ruins are to be explored, and give you early notice to avoid the singing voices of mermaids in time. Singing voices of mermaids? Klein's eyes lit up. Yeah, a day's voyage from here, and I mean a day in terms of the world outside. But we will circle a ruin and take a turn. Klein thought for a moment and took out a gold coin in front of Anderson and chanted silently. Anderson Hood is problematic. He repeated it 7 times, but didn't hope for any answers. It was a test on Anderson. If Anderson was problematic, he would show signs of guilt. After all, he couldn't be certain Gehrman's divination was unable to determine if he could disrupt it successfully. The gold coin was flung into the air. Klein glanced before putting it into his pocket. No problem. I'll confirm it above the grey fog later, Klein added inwardly. Catlea looked at Anderson and nodded. I agree to your request. However, after we leave these waters, you need to hand over half of what you have. If there's nothing, I'll not take anything either. Deal. Also, I have to warn you that although my bad luck is limited to me alone, you should be careful. I might attract monsters. Of course, I believe that with you, this gentleman, and myself, we should be safe. Just as he said that, the entire island quaked. A smoky plume emanated out of the primitive forest. Don't tell me a monster's actually coming. Anderson subconsciously turned to Gabe. Oh, they shouldn't have let this motherfucker on the ship. He's gonna do some shit, dude. He's gonna get up to something. I don't like him. I don't like him. He seems too perfect. He seems too perfect. Okay, do you guys mind if we do let's do that right now if you guys are up for it. Let's do that matching does he seem Broderick Pissbeard? True. Okay, let's connect the Major Arcana tarot cards to the thing really quickly. To the sequences. Let's do that. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, can someone get me a name of all the sequences really quickly or from somewhere? Because I'm afraid if I pull it up, it's going to give me some fucking sequence names I should know or some bullshit. If someone has access to that, that'd be really handy. Okay. Yeah, sequence 9 pathways. Yeah, of course. Okay. So really quickly, Devil is the Abyss pathway, of course. Is there a Sun? Is that the Sun is of the Bard pathway, of course. Okay. Let's just get the ones we know out of the way really quickly. So Devil we know. Sun we know. No problem. Gotta go. Alright, thanks for popping by, Khaled. No worries, man. Temperance. Temperance makes me think the Arbiter pathway. You know what I mean? Like Arbiter, Temperance. Wheel of Fortune feels like the monster pathway because they all have a bunch of stuff to do with fortune. Strength feels like the Hunter pathway off the top of my head. I might change that, but Strength feels like the Hunter pathway. Death, of course, the Death pathway. I think he just sent it on Discord. Okay, thank you, Romero. Okay. 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 So. Okay. So, Savant. Okay, Savant. Okay, hold on. Okay. Lawyer. Lawyer will do emperor. Emperor, black emperor feels fair too. Arbiter, we've done apprentice. Apprentice. What is a hierophant? What does that mean? Hierophant. Brings religious congregants to that which is deemed. What in the actual fuck? Okay, so it's basically the equivalent of pope, the papacy, someone who's really religiously devout. Which is religious? Which of these pathways would be religiously devout? Mystery prior, maybe. We'll do mystery prior as hierophant. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, I see. Okay, we are missing a couple. That's why. Okay. Okay. Oh, actually, no. Scratch that. Wait, no. Okay, scratch that. We're gonna do warrior as strength. Warrior as strength, I feel like goes better. Never mind. We're gonna do warrior as strength. Okay. We're gonna do warrior as strength. Who would I do as sleepless? Okay. Sleepless, hear me out, okay? This might be like the weirdest connection in the universe, but in my mind, sleepless goes with the tower. Because when I think sleepless, I think of night. When I think of tower, I think of like lighthouse. Weird connection? Probably, but that's what I'm thinking. Spectator. Judgment? I feel like spectator and judgment are fair. I feel like Miss Justice chose very well. Judgment, because the spectator is like the judge. You know, like the judge who stands back. The judge. Judgment feels fair. We're going to go with that one. Secret suppliant. Secret suppliant can actually be the hierophant. Secret suppliant is the hierophant, okay? Religious lunatics, okay? Sequence 8. They can hear the voice of God. That's depicted as the Pope, who's said to be able to... who's said to be the voice of God on earth, okay? So we're going to do secret suppliant with a hierophant. Religious nuts. Warrior with strength, of course. Prisoner. I'm not a lunatic. Alright, buddy, that's what they all say. Prisoner. Also sent one that's easier to read. Which one? What? Oh, I see. This is easier. Okay. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. So now we just need to do prisoner. Which one would be prisoner? And then we can just go up, okay? Prisoner. Sun, Justice, Magician, High Priestess, Chariot, Empress, World, Hermit, Wheel of Fortune, Lover, Tower. Okay. I'm gonna go Prisoner as Chariot. Chariot is kind of stuck, you know, it's kind of... I don't know if that's probably not the greatest connection, but that's what I'm imagining. Like a prisoner, like a chariot is... It's stuck, you know? It can only go at the whims of whoever is actually who's actually, you know, riding. So I feel like that's fair. So I've done these 5. Cool. Savant. I feel like savant and the world go well together, because a savant is someone who's like really intelligent, or like really disciplined or like really gifted in a given discipline. The world is at their disposal. That's what I'm thinking. Kind of weird, probably, but that's what I'm imagining. Okay. Or wait. Well, I guess I could say the same about the world. I guess I could say the same about sailor. Fuck! What do I put sailor as then? I don't know what I put sailor as. What do I put sailor? Oh, I'm so cooked. Oh, I'm so cooked. What do I put sailor as? What is sailor? What does the hanged man represent? I don't know. I'm not good at tarot cards. What is the tarot card? What is Hanged Man Tarot? Hanged Man is about sacrifice, new perspectives, waiting for the right time. Sacrifice. Bro, who keeps pinging me on Discord? What is happening? Oh, it's username. Okay. I'll check it out in a second, bud. Okay, let's just do everyone else that I can think of. Okay, rather than thinking about matching the pathways to the cards, you match the cards to the path. I don't even know what that means. Okay. Okay, let's just do the ones I can first, like off the top of my head. Sailor, reader, hermit. Reader, hermit, learned guy, you know, put together. Feels fair. Planter. No, I don't know. Seer. Seer in my mind feels like the moon. Like a seer is like a very laid back, out of the shadows, sort of what to call your fantasy with no magic or anything else. Like a seer to me is like a laid back, not in the you know, limelight sort of person, but like someone who's still I think plants suit the world more. That's actually not a bad point. Apothecary. No. Wait, who did I say for hermit? Fuck. No, take a reader off a hermit. No, sorry. Apothecary will go to hermit more. Sorry. Apprentice will go to... What is a high priestess? I will go apprentice to high priestess. I feel like in time, the apprentice becomes the high priestess. You know, someone with a lot of powers and a lot of, you know, shit. It's kind of similar to like the trick master thing. Okay. Arbiter we've already done. Arbiter we put as judgment. Did we put as judgment or did we put as? I think we put as judgment. Assassin. Assassin we're gonna put as the lovers. Assassin and the lovers feels fair. I think everyone gets why. Rather obvious. Bard. Bard as the sun also feels fair. Corpse collector we already put as death. Criminal. As you read 627. Oh shit! I know what you mean, brother. I read it like 2 or 3 days ago. It was fucked. I agree. Oh god, it was disgusting. Criminal. The Emperor. No, that's already taken. Fuck. Wait, I already did criminal. It's already the devil. I'm so stupid. I already did devil. Stupid. Never mind. Hunter. Yeah, I'm gonna be so cooked. I really should be writing these down. Why did I not? Hunter. Okay, so strength is taken. I was gonna do. So I did warrior to strength. So I'll do hunter. Hunter. Hunter to justice. I don't think I've done that yet. No, wait. No, I already did justice and judgment. Justice was a spectator. I already did this. Did I do temperance? Yes, I did no. No, I did judgment. I didn't do... No, I didn't do justice. No, I didn't do justice. Yes. Spectator is judgment. Never mind. So we're going to go with hunter is justice. Lawyer. The reason I'm thinking hunter to justice, I'm not thinking of like an actual hunter, like who hunts stuff. I'm thinking of hunter as in like, I'm thinking of like someone who hunts down like lawyer. What did I do for lawyer? Emperor. Oh yes, I did. Oh yes. Okay. Better to check my DM. All right, what do you got? I appreciate that. Nah, okay, I do appreciate. Okay, this is actually a much better photo. We're gonna use this instead of that, though. Okay. And then I think it's just this one that we're missing a couple out of. Right. So, you think Chariot fit Hunter? Interesting. What if Arbiter Judgment is Spectator? Oh, Arbiter. Our Arbiter, I did Temperance. So I did this. I don't think I did Apothecary. I did this, 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 did this. Marauder. Marauder. Marauder, I'm thinking the Fool. You know what I mean? Because Marauder is he's a little thief. He's a little fucker, you know? You can't take your eyes off him. He's a little fucker. So that's why I'm thinking... That's why I'm thinking the Fool. This bitch. Marauder, the Fool. What is Prisoner? Chariot. Is that silly? Probably, but I can't think of a better one for it. But then, what do I... But then, I'm missing, like, dumbish one. Okay, so, like, Magician I've done, I think. Okay. So, okay, did the High Priestess. I didn't do Empress. Fuck. Who the fuck do I put as Empress now? This is stupid. I did SEER. I said Moon, yes. So okay, so I did this, 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 this. Didn't do the Hanged Man. Death. Did not. Did. Didn't. Did. So like I'm missing like two or three in my mind. I'm missing Star, the Hanged Man, and I think I'm missing either Empress or Magician or both. I don't know. It's 3 or 4. Apothecary, Apothecary, Apothecary. The Hanged Man. Savant? Savant, I did the world. Because savants have the world at their disposal. So Apothecary. Apothecary did that. Planter Reader. Oh. Did I? What did I do Apothecary as? Monster. Mystery Prior. What is Sleepless? Sleepless reminds me of the Knight. That's why I did Tower. Because for Tower of Light Tower. Oh, Ramiro, you're my fucking goat, dude. Sleepless is Tower. Okay, no worries, Ramiro. So the only one I'm missing now is Planter. Well, then I guess there's only one remaining, right? So fuck it. So okay, let's just do this by so Fool is done. Is Magician done? Is Magician done? It's not. Is it not done? I think it's not done. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, we're missing like 4 pathways. What the fuck? Okay, whatever. I don't care. Okay, we got pretty far. Okay, we have to read. We spent like 20 minutes on this. I could have read an entire chapter by now. All right, we got to read. We got close. Okay, we got close. Like, I'm on divination. True. No, I don't think I'll ever top that. I think like at this point, the Amon divination is gonna have to be written on my tombstone. It's. I don't think I'm ever topping that. The ground trembled as slightly as a figure that was nearly 3 meters tall appeared on the boundary of the island's forest. Stone giant, Cattleya muttered. Be it Klein or Anderson, both of them knew nothing about such monsters. However, they didn't cast an inquisitive look at Cattleya. They focused on the monster, looking highly professional. Cattleya turned her body to face the docked future. She raised her voice and said, "Aim!" The pirates on duty adjusted dozens of cannons on the ship, aiming them at the stone giant. Boom, boom, boom. Cannonballs flew over and landed around the stone giant, sending dust flying as the bombardment covered a huge area. Which deity do you think dreamed these cursed waters? Am I crazy for thinking the true creator? Is that crazy? Romero isn't here. I can slander him with impunity. The ground clearly quaked as flames surged. Splinters spewed everywhere, as though everything could collapse. The tall, grayish-white figure tore out of the dust, having not suffered any serious damage. But it did have a few cracks on its surface. This isn't a kind of giant, but a stone golem, Cattleya said. Its core is the main ingredient of Sequence 5 Guardian, from the Guardian pathway. Therefore, its defenses are very high. Guardian. I think I have this, but... Dude, I have so many fucking tabs open, it's not even funny. Like, this is, like, this is damn near getting scary at this point. I'm so sorry to my RAM. I am so glad I decided to get extra RAM when I built this computer. Oh, yeah, I got it. Bishop Utravsky next sequence. Thank you. Amidst the reverberating cannon bombardment, Klein suspected if there was a problem with his auditory senses. Since you know that the giant has high defenses, why do you use cannon bombardment? Isn't that a waste of cannonballs? Cattleya said as though she was hearing his inner monologue. I've never encountered such a beyonder creature, so I wanted to do some tests. I have nothing against such reason. Do you have anyone who has beyonder powers in the ice and frost domain? Anderson asked. Me, Cattleya answered. Seeing how Ma'am Hermit had the means, Klein swallowed back the words he nearly said out loud. He didn't wish to activate creeping hunger unless necessary, despite the zombie possessing frost and ice power. Cattleya took out a grayish-black scroll from a secret pocket in her warlock robe and chanted, "Freezing." Silently, a scroll was consumed by icy blue flames, and immediately there were crystalline beams of light appeared in midair. They flew towards the stone giant and froze the target. Amidst the jarring, crackling sound, an ice layer cracked in turn as the stone giant slowly walked out of the zone. But its exterior had turned a darker shade, and its movements were stiffer. At this moment, Anderson raised his hand as though he was a conductor, gesturing for the audience to give their applause. Orange-yellow flames, which were nearly white in color, sprouted as the stone giant's feet, as though he was stepped into a particular trap. Its surface rapidly produced a bout of steam and cracks cracks spread across its body. Anderson pulled back his right arm as a burning white spear condensed in his palm. Is he of the Arbiter? No, not the Arbiter. What the fuck is the Pyromaniac pathway? Is he of the Hunter pathway? Oh, he might be sequence 5 of the Hunter pathway, which would give me number 5, which I don't have, because this flaming spear is similar to what the fuck was the guy's name? Danitz was doing earlier? The spear flew out, melting a huge hole in the giant's belly. As for Anderson, who was originally on the beach, he seemed to merge with the burning spear. The flames brightened as he strangely appeared behind the stone giant. He held his left hand into a fist as his arm bulged. With an uppercut, he struck upwards from the hole into the stone giant's heart. Just come, is this the part where they meet Anderson Hood? Yes, Anderson is in a fight right now with a stone giant along with Cattleya and Klein. The simple-looking strike created an exaggerated effect. The stone giant immediately froze on the spot. In seconds, it crumbled. A critical strike, Klein thought. Cattleya stood calmly and said without surprise, Sequence 5 of the Hunter Pathway, Reaper. Let's go! Scoreboard, baby! Do you know the Mystery Prior 7, 6, and 5? I missed some stream, can't remember. Give me a second. Let me just add this one to my notes and then we can check. Sequence 5, Reaper. Jesus, that is hard as fuck. Mystery Prior, I know 9 through 4. All of them. Furthermore, they're good at finding the weakness of their prey. A Reaper. A Death Reaper? No wonder. Klein nodded slightly. Let me just change the music. We're still on boss music, which, as much as I love, it's not the time anymore for it. Strangely enough, we stayed on boss music long enough to circle out of boss fight, back into boss fight, which is cool. Also kind of, fucking... Dennis was Pyromaniac. Let's go! So you know the scroll Cattleya used was not an artifact or charm, what she made with her Sequence 6 power? Oh, I didn't actually know... I know the name. Oh, I guess Scrolls Professor or whatever the fuck it is, right? Scrolls Professor, yeah. Okay, makes sense. At this moment, Anderson crouched down, rummaging through the stone giant's carcass. Then he turned his head. It's not a real monster. That means there weren't any spoils of war. While Anderson described the situation, the rubble vanished. For a lucky fellow like you, don't be the one opening chests or looting corpses, Klein lampooned. The greatest problem with these waters is this: not every monster will provide you with riches. Is this because conjured monsters such as this are part of a more powerful monster of a higher level? Of course, it's possible that they're the result of remnant powers and auras. Having gone through the voyage, he discovered that there were beyonder traces of Sun, Evernight, Storm, and Spectator pathway. He had a more fleshed out theory from his previous theories. He originally suspected these waters were the remnants of a battle and a war in the Second Epoch, Ancient Gods. Storm belonged to the Elf King Sonyatherum, Spectator to Ankvald, Evernight to Flagrea, with the Little Sun providing him with the legendary records of the City of Silver at each gathering. Klein had gained a preliminary understanding of the authorities of the 8 gods in the Second Epoch. However, the constant midday and sun chariot formed from gold made Klein doubt this theory, because none of the 8 gods grasped the sun pathway. Soon Klein connected it to Amon and Adam's father, the City of Silver's creator, deemed as the ancient sun god. As the creator awakened, and after a series of intense battles, he had taken back the authority of the ancient gods. Hence, these ruins of the battle between gods were left behind. Going into the notes. I feel like my voice is changing because I'm getting a little sicker. Is this true? Can you guys hear a change in my voice? I might just be hearing it because I'm hearing my fucking voice for so like 6, 7, 8 hours a day. Today for like 8, 9 hours probably even, because I'm 8 hours of streaming, give or take, and then an hour of fucking recording. Jesus Christ. Wrong, you're unhinged, but thank you. The incomplete mural he saw at the Elvish ruins surfaced in Klein's mind. Elf King Sonyatherum and the City of Silver's creator, who was the ancient sun god, were at odds. As this thought surfaced, Anderson returned to his chuckling state, looked at him and asked, "How do I address you?" It definitely has changed since you're Since you started reading Lord of the Mysteries, really? Gehrman Sparrow. Klein simply gave his name. Gehrman? I've heard of you. You're the adventurer who nearly successfully hunted down Vice Admiral Ailment. You have the title of the craziest hunter. Last month, when on a ship, I was on board, passed by the Rorstad Archipelago and Oravi Island. I had thoughts of getting to know you, but your whereabouts were unknown. You know me now. Also, try your best not to say anything. I know, my bad luck tends to make negative words I say become a reality. Alright, stop looking at me. I won't speak again. Put down that charm of yours. Due to the appearance of the stone giant, the pirate's relaxation was cut short. The future quickly set off again. Along the way, Klein stayed standing on the deck and leaned against the side of the ship. He observed his surroundings while Anderson was loitering on the ship. He was good at socializing and interacting with others. Impressive. He easily got to know the situation of the ship. Klein shot a glance at Anderson, who was drinking with a few pirates. Of course, the strongest hunter probably doesn't know that the alcohol has a sedative. With Anderson's help, the future circled around 2 hidden maelstroms and a floating palace ruin as it continued down a safe route. After 3 hours, the night fell again. Klein rapidly found his lucidity and reason in the dream as he opened his eyes. His vision was a swath of pitch black. Don't tell me I'm blind. Such a thought appeared in Klein's mind. Then he reached into his right-hand pocket and took out a matchstick. This was a component that every magician needed. With familiarity, he took out a matchstick and ignited it. Immediately, a weak flame appeared in front of Klein's eyes. He was in a prison cell with an unlatched gate. Why the hell would I be here? I'm neither Cat Leia nor in I'm neither beside Cat Leia nor in the mural hall where Anderson was. I'm randomly placed in a particular area? A resplendent layer of sunlight bloomed on Klein's left hand as his eyes had 2 miniature suns. With the soul of the Priest of Light, he obtained night vision. As he observed his surroundings, Klein saw that his cell wasn't too cramped, but the floor was dirty and messy. There were many footprints, a mystery as to what happened. Most are human footprints, a few are exaggerated, belonging to giants likely. The bed is broken in the corner, and there's a key beside the door. Someone succeeded in a jailbreak? Klein came before the unlocked gate and looked outside. The prison was filled with darkness. The darkness enveloped a stone-paved corridor, and across from him was a cold but solid wall. Klein retracted his gaze, picked up the key, and locked the gates. He didn't attempt to head out and stayed in the cell. He clearly remembered that Will had advised not to explore the dream world. So he planned on waiting until noon. Dude, that's actually so smart. So what if it's a prison cell? It's not like I'm leaving. Klein sat on the half single bed, blending in with the darkness around him. In an extreme silence, Klein suddenly cocked his head since he vaguely heard footsteps. The sound of the footsteps came from afar and at a slow frequency approaching him. Ooh. Prisoner and guard. 654. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned this to anyone except Romero. No morning stream tomorrow. I have to go to my cousin's graduation. Even though she didn't come to mine. Bitch. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? No way. I haven't gone anywhere. Has the far-reaching hands of trouble come on its own? The only thing stopping him from drawing a grasp was because it would cause quite a stir, making trouble. Find him. No longer a green nighthawk, he rapidly made up his mind. He held his breath, slowly stood up, and moved to the side of the metal gate without a sound. He believed that since hiding and avoiding wasn't necessarily useful, he had to determine the danger revolving to make the best choice. The 2 miniature suns in his eyes dimmed as Klein waited for nearly a minute as he heard the footsteps turn heavier. He saw a towering figure appear. He was 2.5 meters tall and wore a black body armor. The cold feeling exuded seemed corporeal, like a giant knight. His aura was converged and it was stead like the deep sea. In the space where his eyes were, there were two deep red glows that flickered. In his hand was a long and broad black sword. Am I crazy, or does this match like one-to-one with the description of Azek's son? Is that crazy? He pushed open the metal gate and stepped in. He circled the cell, seemingly in search of something. Is he trying to find a particular prisoner? He'll find me if this continues. Klein hesitated for a moment and wondered if he should leave the cell and search for a way out, or sneak an attack to finish the target quickly. After judging how much time he had left to think, Klein quickly took off his topaz pendant and began divining. With a voice that perhaps only he could hear, the knight from before is very strong. After repeating it 7 times, Klein opened his eyes and saw the topaz pendant turning clockwise at a high frequency and amplitude. This meant that the target was extremely dangerous. Without any hesitation, Klein used his beyonder powers of a clown and controlled his muscles to pull open the metal gate without causing any additional stimulation. He then took the opportunity when the black-armored entity entered the cell to walk out and rapidly had left. In the immense darkness, as he listened for any commotion behind him, he maintained his stealthy and swift motions towards what looked like an exit. Attempting to push and pull, Klein discovered that the gates weren't heavy, but were locked. After 2 seconds of thought, he took out the key placed in his cell and twisted it. A light click of the latch opened. That works? Oh, although it's a dream, you can't just randomly have picked up a key be an important item. I originally planned on folding some paper to insert into the keyhole, and repeatedly slice at it, but this works. To his disappointment, what stood behind the metal gate wasn't an exit, but a hall filled with junk. We all use this, true. Closing the gate behind him and passing, he locked it again and circled around the items. After a few seconds, he noticed an inconspicuous black wooden door in the corner. He approached it and had a reach for the handle. The scene naturally appeared in his mind. It was a storage room, and on the right was a full-body mirror, and to its right was a figure wearing short linen robe. Someone's here? The prisoner? Having been forced to leave his comfort zone, Klein decided to take a hold of the initiative in a limited manner, and went inside. He wanted to get some general information and determine whether to engage in combat or flee. Who is it? The figure in linen robe asked. An adventurer. He had already used his night vision to discern the figure's looks. It was a man with a weathered face. He had wrinkles on his forehead and corners of his eye and mouth, but his hair was raven black and lustrous. Adventurer? Why would you be here? Before asking others, introducing yourself is a necessary form of politeness. It's best you close the door. We can't be caught by that devil. Otherwise... As a faceless, just the short act of sizing him up from before made him grasp the man's features. Apart from the hair and wrinkles, he had an old, gruesome scar on his cheek. Devil? Klein asked. I apologize. That was indeed impolite. My name is Leo Master, an ascetic of a religious organization. Leo Master. Am I... Leo Master. What was the name of the book that was given to Fours? Was it not called like Leo Master's Spellbook or some shit? Am I making this up? A religious organization? From the looks of it, you weren't a devotee of any of the 7 deities. Leimano? Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Never mind. Okay. I thought they had the same name. My bad. Lenovo Travels? I don't think that's right, DSV. If he was an ascetic of one of the 7 deities, he would have directly said it out loud. Even the high priest of the Church of Storm and the bishop of the Church of Storm wouldn't come to blows the moment they met in such a dangerous place. That's right. I worship the original creator, the omniscient, omnipotent existence, the beginning and the end. Yeah, exactly. That was my... Okay, so good to know I'm not insane, okay? That guy's name is just fucked. Le Mano, La Mano, Le Mano, Lenevo. Klein's reaction was that it was the Twilight Hermit Order. But there's some smaller denominations who worship the true creator. Or the original creator, sorry. What's the name of that religious organization? How did you end up here? To the far east of the Sonia Sea, where my lord sleeps, his sacred mountain is hidden there. I led a pilgrimage in an attempt to witness his miracle. Perhaps it's a necessary test. We were caught by that devil, and one by one we died. Later, I seized the opportunity to escape the cell and hide here, awaiting the devil's departure. Do you know the name of the devil? What characteristics does it have? I do not know his name, but many pilgrims seem to know him. They call him the Saint of Darkness. Saint of Darkness. That is a fucking cool name, bro. Lenovo ThinkPad E16. Yeah, exactly. A demigod? Is this Leo Master's dream or the demigod's dream? It's likely the latter from my divination, otherwise it wouldn't be this dangerous. Klein, who was in a dangerous dream, carefully walked over and planned on using the powers of a priest of light to destroy the mirrors. The mirror, which were passage hidden and that connected to hidden and unknown worlds. No, don't, Leo Master said. Without it, I'll die. Huh? Although the environment was dark, the mirror clearly reflected the two figures, Leo Master and Gehrman. At this moment, Gehrman in the mirror slowly moved his head, even though Klein didn't make any movements. It revealed a deep, sinister smile. Excuse me? What the fuck? Talk about edgy. What? With just a blinking of his eyes, Gehrman, who looked identical to him, crawled out of the mirror, his face tainted with obvious sinisterness. How terrifying. Unfortunately, I don't look like Gehrman, so he failed to scare me. If Zhou Mingru came out of the mirror, I might have woken right up out of fright. The sinister Gehrman smiled as he raised his left hand as well, making a darkness that was made up of magnificence and sinisterness glow on the surface of his glove. The Baron of Corruption. My clone? For out of nowhere, he held, Klein thought out of nowhere, he held a short, milky white scepter. The Sea God Scepter. Klein just said, nah, bitch, I got something stronger than that. What's up? Although his actions in the dream needed to abide by logic, Klein suspected that the illusory world was unable to influence the space above the grey fog. Therefore, he simplified the ritualistic process and told himself that the Sea God Scepter was retrievable whenever he wanted. The outcome that he attempted delighted Klein. The dream world was unable to differentiate between a unique zone in the spirit world and this grey fog. So the Sea God Scepter was retrieved. It really works. Klein heaved a sigh of relief. The sinister Gehrman looked opposite him, looked in a dazed state. He instinctively raised his hand, but his palm was empty. That's crazy. He just said, nah, I just outrank you now. Then he saw countless bolts of silver lightning shoot out, enveloping him, causing him to expend one paper figurine after another. With a sizzling sound, a huge ball of lightning illuminated the cramped room, providing no room for dodging. Following that, Gehrman from the mirror vanished. Where's the Yao? I don't know what that is. I apologize. For some reason, Klein felt himself immediately turn serene, as though he became a sage. He turned his head to look at Leo Master again. What's the name of your religious organization? Aurora Order. Aurora Order? At that moment, there was a loud clanking outside. The locked door that opened outward seemed to have been kicked open. Where's the... No? Ramirez's friend? True. Who is... Again, I don't... me and you guys probably inhabit really different parts of the internet. The heavy footsteps that sounded like drummings walked towards the corner, seemingly discovered where Klein and Leo Master were hiding. Klein suspected that the lightning storm from before had been sensed by the Saint of Darkness. There's no way of hiding. Klein held a sea god scepter and kicked the black wooden door of the storage room open towards the Saint. As the door tumbled, he saw his target's full appearance. The knight, who was wearing full black armor, had already raised up his visor at some point, revealing a deep, wrinkled face. He looked identical to Leo Master. The only difference was the deep redness that emitted from his eyes. Jesus, what the fuck? 6:55, let's go! Yeah, he was seeking to go to the City of Silver. Yeah. Klein was alarmed. He instinctively turned his head to the side without exposing his back to Leo Master, who was trembling in horror. Alright, if I can read this chapter in 15 minutes, that means I made up like 45 minutes. This stream, that would be based as fuck. And with a sore throat, dude, that'd be actually killer. Okay, let's keep going. Maybe he'll stall? God, I hope not. He can't be certain that the prisoner wearing short linen robe wasn't problematic. At this moment, the deep redness in the armored knights, who had the same face as Leo Master, brightened, and he raised his broadsword. With a step forward, he cleaved at a speed that Klein couldn't capture with his eyes. At the same time, Klein, who was standing to the side of him, subconsciously raised the sea god scepter and made the gems light up. A corporeal hurricane appeared out of thin air and swirled around Klein, protecting him. The black streams of light carved its way over as layer after layer of the strong winds dissipated, scattering in every direction, causing the hall to tremble. Under the black broadsword, the hurricane produced an explosive boom and was reduced to a surging wave that flooded the entire region. The Sea God Scepter, yeah, I guess, just finished the proofreading for Mowa today, so it should be out later today. Nice. I actually haven't read like 2 or 3 chapters. We'll do that next stream username. And tomorrow night we'll do that. Under the broadsword, the hurricane produced and lifted up all the junk into the air. The intense collision clearly shook the dream as Klein felt his mind go adrift. He couldn't help but roll. He fell from his bed to the floor, causing him to open his eyes. Is he that powerful? Or should I say that I've never used the Sea God Scepter, so I can't replicate its full might in the dream? Wait, it's still night. The sun wasn't beaming from the windows. His awakening was due to the intense struggle, not a natural occurrence. We get to see Leonard? Nice! This also meant that he needed to sleep immediately, or he might disappear, never to be found again. The remake? It's the remake, Sayura. With that thought, Klein pushed his right hand to the ground, flipping his body towards his bed and laid down, and he quickly entered his dream. During this process, Klein swept his gaze out the window and saw the dark night outside. Meanwhile, he vaguely felt that there was fog encompassing the surface of the sea far away. Amidst the fog, there was a cathedral, composed of ancient architecture. It was completely black in color. There wasn't a black tower, and at the top of it were pitch-black ravens. What the fuck is Klein thinking of? The cathedral has many buildings. There are ordinary 2-story residences and simple wooden huts. If I, with my insomnia, was there, I would just vanish and die. If I, with my inability to fall... I don't think even this is just me. I think this is everyone. I think if someone tells you to go to sleep, I'm fucking staying awake, bro. I'm dying immediately. If she said like, hey, go to sleep now, I'm staying up and I'm dead. A mirage? The source of the danger at night? All the people who disappeared and went somewhere? Klein woke up from his dream because he subconsciously considered the questions he had accumulated. Following that, he made himself concentrate and retrieved the Sea God Scepter from the spirit world's unique zone. He remembered that he was in an intense battle with the Saint of Darkness before he left the dream. The slightly dim just has someone to knock you out. True. The slightly dim light shone into Klein's eyes as everything turned bright. What he could see was no longer the tall knight dressed in full black armor, nor was it Leo Master. Instead, he was facing a floor-to-window ceiling that faced the setting sun. I just gave up, bro. The window was very clean and revealed an indescribable sense of purity. By the side of the window were tables with their original wooden colors and black high-back chairs. A library? A book repository? Every time I enter this dream, I'm in a random place. Klein held the Sea God scepter, and first came to the floor-to-ceiling window and looked outside. Bro should have divined. True. But if I have to do 20... Yeah, it'd take too many divinations, dude. The first thing he saw was the opulent buildings that covered the opposite mountain peak, the palaces, steeples, and towering city walls. Even though it wasn't his first time seeing it, Klein held his breath, admiring the miraculous scenery. He then moved his gaze away towards the cliff, saw the high walls on the black cloister and the withered tree spots. Indeed, within a certain radius, it's not possible to leave this region. I'm deep inside the black cloister. Klein retracted his gaze as he walked to the bookshelf. Oh my god, could he read some like really important books and get some knowledge? We saw Leo Master? Yes, we did. When he arrived at the bookshelf, Klein discovered the books placed had their own names. They weren't blurry and indistinct like ordinary dreams. The Spirituality of Life, Book of Charms, The Flower Within the Heart, The True Cosmos and Inner Universe, all books on mysticism. Klein reached out and took out the Book of Charms. He flipped through it and realized that he knew most of the content, but there were some portions he never knew. It can be confirmed this isn't from my dream. Ma'am Hermits? The knowledge that pursues her is injected into her and has been conjured into the Black Cloister. He held the Book of Charms and returned to the side of the floor-to-ceiling window and found a place to sit down and begin reading. You can study even in dreams. He took out a pen and paper and wrote and drew. While engrossed in this, the light suddenly bloomed, blanketing his vision. Klein opened his eyes from the natural warmth and sunlight. The ladder for my dad? Ah, I see. I just read a few pages and planned to speed read it before using dream divination to recall them. Klein sat up, frustrated, feeling like he had lost a good opportunity to study. He straightened his hair, wore his cap, and went out to deck. That present is likely inside the Black Cloister too, but it might just be underground. The Saint of Darkness and Leo Master are in a ruin nearby. It's no wonder Will told me not to explore the dream. There really is a lot of danger. Why would the Saint of Darkness and Leo Master look identical? That dream is so strange. And that full-body mirror was magical and sinister. It actually managed to clone Gehrman. Soon he thought of something. He once borrowed the mental terror candle in Backland and helped Father Utravsky eliminate the past him. Could it be that Leo Master is the Saint of Darkness from the Aurora Order? Due to certain circumstances, he split his personality, separating his good and evil sides? I think the black armor version of Leopold is what came out of the mirror. Like, Klein's evil version tried to come out, but Klein just fucking smited him. That's why Leopold's evil version didn't come out, right? Otherwise, Leopold's evil version should have come out too when they were sitting in front of the mirror. Yes, that full-body mirror. Leo Masters said that if it were destroyed, he would vanish too. When I looked in the mirror, Gehrman formed a corporeal body that was evil. No wonder I felt like a sage after I eliminated Gehrman. It's because I got rid of my evil and sinister thoughts. That full-body mirror must be in the form of a mirror in the real world. These waters have the beyonder remains of a visionary. It conjures many unreal and real monsters that can kill, and it belongs to the spectator pathway. Being able to split evil and cause dissociated personalities makes sense. In what universe does any of this make sense? But yeah, sure, why not? Fuck it, at this point. Saint of Darkness, Leo Master is a high-ranking member of the Aurora Order. He must originally be evil, but that ruin or item stirred up his inverse side, which is the good hidden in his heart, causing a split personality. Klein felt that he understood the truth of the matter and felt a little regret. I'm unable to enter the same spot a second time. Otherwise, with the Sea God Scepter and Leo Master's good side, there's a chance of defeating the Saint of Darkness. The lion does not reflect... In that case, a good saint who understands the Aurora Order would be born. It will make it easier to strike down this cultist organization. Yeah, we're coming for you, bitch. Romero. Where did you go in the dream? I didn't find you, Anderson asked. Why should I be seen by you? Shouldn't you return to the spot where you left the dream? I went elsewhere after entering the dream. Strange. There's another strange incident, Anderson said. What? Klein asked. Back when I was pretending to make a canoe in the hall last time, I heard the sound of a door opening and footsteps that came from deep inside. But when I looked up, I found nothing. I originally thought that it was something from the ship, but it didn't make. Later it didn't seem like the case. Nice. Okay, we made it to the end of 655. Let's go. Okay. I made up like 45 minutes because we did like 30 minutes of reacting to the trailer and stuff, and then like 10-15 minutes fucking around with the thumbnail, and I still ended 5 minutes earlier than I was supposed to. Fucking goated shit, dude. If I wasn't sick, I could probably start to average 4 chapters an hour now. Like 15 fucking cards. I can't. I don't have it in me. Hold on. Okay, I'm just missing a couple. Fuck it. We'll just do the ones I'm missing, okay? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, we're missing 5 pathways, okay? Oh, you mean I also did the cards? Oh, I see. Next few chapters, you're going to meet one of my favorite characters. When will you stream again? I don't want to miss it. Tomorrow, I won't stream in the morning, so it'll be roughly the same time as today. I was emphasizing your timing. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think we did really, really good, man. I think I can start to, at this point, once I'm feeling better, because I have like a stuffiness in my nose and stuff and a sore throat, I might be able to start averaging 4 chapters an hour. Which, if I can, in a 3-hour stream, I'm up to 12 chapters, and then I'm up to 24 a day. And if we can do 4-hour streams, we're cooking, dude. In like 19 hours? Yeah, basically. No. 21. 21 hours. Fuck, I missed the next stream. Sorry, bud. I would stream earlier, but because I'll probably be back relatively early in the day, but easy, I'm sure it's gonna stream. My plan is going well. That's awesome. That's good to hear. Oh, by the way, you're doing okay, right? I know there's some shit going on in Iran. Do a morning stream, bro. I literally can't. I have to go to my cousin's graduation. All right, that's it. We're gonna leave it there, everyone. Thank you for a fantastic stream. I'm fucking going to bed. I gotta wake up in like 6 hours. All right, that's it. I'll see y'all later. Oh, if you're new here, consider joining Discord. Link in the description. We talk about Lord of the Mysteries and other stuff. I don't know. And play Minecraft, although we haven't done that in a couple days. But we're gonna start again tomorrow or soon. Okay, that's it. All right, bye guys. Love you guys.